Jess, you're holding my hand too tight.
Sam, I'm not holding your hand.
Can I just say, with regards to the opening, I kind of miss the slow zoom out from Dan's crotch. Okay.
That computer died, so I don't have that anymore.
He could redo that because Dan's wearing Daisy Dukes now.
No.
You're seconds into the show, and we've already gone off the rails.
Oh, it was bound to happen.
Well, greetings, everybody.
Who are you?
I'm the tallest Chris.
Why are you here?
Oh, I am here to talk about a bunch of movies you guys have never heard of before.
Dan and Darren muted.
And also because we're covering Monster Squad tonight, and Chris is the biggest, well, literally the biggest Monster Squad fan you will find.
Oh, that they could find, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, if there's a taller one, if there's like a 7'3" Monster Squad fan out there, comment, leave us a comment.
I mean, we never asked Wimby, so.
If there is, we're calling you out.
Exactly.
No, Wimby, right?
There could be only one.
Tall people think you have all the shit going for you. That's all I'm saying.
Oh God, no. We're only good for parades and concerts. That's it.
No, you're shitty at concerts. Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh no, I stand.
You ruin the experience for everyone else behind you.
No, you get up on the tall person's shoulders. That's why they're great concerts.
Okay, that is a chick thing.
You can do it too if you've got somebody that goes to the gym a lot, they'll be able to lift you up. I'm sorry, it's not just a chick thing.
Yeah, 2020.
Typically, I'm hanging out by the sound engineer where the best sound is.
2026. Your balls on another guy's neck, no big deal.
Yeah.
2026.
Oh my God, you saw movie 43 too?
How I feel about that shit.
Going with the movie 43 reference.
Yeah. Remember when he had the balls coming out of his neck and he dips it in the butter sauce at the restaurant?
No, because I didn't see that fucking movie.
No.
You know, Hugh Jackman's in that. There's some really big names. And I think that's the first time it's come up since it's came out, probably. I think.
It's full of A-listers somehow. It's so weird.
He dares Halle Berry to blow out the birthday cake candles of a blind kid, and she does it. Comedy.
It is that movie everybody forgot, but now see, we got at least 2 VOD rentals out of this reference, so all is well in the world. I don't even barely remember that one, but
I never forgot Monsters Ball though.
Yeah.
Oh, you remember Monsters Ball and Catwoman and
Swordfish.
Oh yeah, Swordfish.
House Party 2.
Another one.
House Party 2. Are you a House Party fan, Lauren?
No, but I'm a fan of the trailer because I used to play at the Washington Twin Cinema in front of everything for a year before it came out, and I remember like Halle Berry dancing and being like, if the rest of the movie was just that.
Now she's running and gunning with Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, John Wick.
Yeah, there's that.
Yeah.
You know, since it probably won't fit into any of our topics tonight, I'll just throw it out now. If you guys want a really good action movie, The Furious.
Oh, I saw those trailers.
I see it a lot. Yeah.
The new Fast and Furious movie?
No.
Much better than that. Much better than that. No, it is amazing. If you like Asian action movies, it delivers in every possible way. It's an adrenaline rush. Go see it. I saw. hey, some of the nastier kills, even in a non-horror movie. I mean, people suffer, bones break. It's really good. If you just want to see a bunch of traffickers get ripped apart, it's a great revenge movie.
Oh, damn.
Always a
Like
good
their
time.
chicken.
There's
Yeah.
supposed to be a really amazing chase sequence. I was reading.
Yeah, I mean, it puts American action movies to shame, and I know Lauren's probably got a couple Indian suggestions from the last month too, but my God, go support the movie. It is badass. They actually gave away some trading cards, which I haven't seen in a long time at the theater for it. So if you're at an AMC, try and grab some of those. Scratch, the fight choreography is off the charts. So there's been a lot of good stuff this month.
I saw the trailer for it before Zombied, and it's like it was like people got a reaction in the cinema. So I think this could actually do something in America. I mean, I don't think it'll be big. I don't think it'll even be as big as The Raid, but it could do something here.
I think it will. Even the dubbing now, and they do some of that, AI lip stuff. It's getting better. It's getting better. I hate to say it. It is improving. And I go to a lot of different films, a lot of foreign films, and I've noticed just in the last year or so that process is starting to get a little more like, okay, I can believe that's the voice coming out of this guy, and it looks like they're actually speaking English.
You saw a dubbed print of it?
Yeah.
Really? All the prints that I've seen listed near me are all subbed.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Plus, my mind is playing tricks on me. Yeah, I believe it was dubbed.
No, I can't. You saw what you saw, man.
Yeah. Yeah. No, go see it. And Lauren, I think you've mentioned a couple Indian action movies over the last month, which I know you can see on Netflix, most of them.
Or you will be able to. If anyone hasn't seen the trailer for the new Spy Universe film that just came out 2 days ago, the trailer came out 2 days ago for Alpha. That looks like incredible, a lot of fun. But yeah, I saw Zombied, which is not Indian. It is Thai. Pakistani. Sorry, yes, absolutely, it's Pakistani. First zombie film from Pakistan. But the interesting thing is it's completely Western, 100%. Like there's no cultural issues at all with that movie. It takes place
Wasn't Hell's Ground the first one? I hate to be that guy.
That was like a zombie slasher. I think it was like a mix of the two. I remember that one.
I guess. Yeah. It doesn't count.
I don't know. This is a pure zombie film. I mean, this reminded me a lot of Biozombie as an influence because it has that tone. It's about a guy who was Mr. Pakistan for a day after he got into a car accident on the way home from winning the event. So they took it away from him.
Oof.
So he ends up after 3 years of rehab going to work at a gym, where one of the guys that works at the gym is providing steroids to the membership, and the steroids are experimental and turn people into zombies. And from there, it's like a demons film. It's like, how do these people get out of a one setting deal? But it's really fun, and it's very flighty. It's nothing new whatsoever. Like there's not a single thing in there you're gonna be like, well, that was inventive. But the whole time you're gonna be grinning ear to ear because it's constantly doing something fun.
Yeah, I wish I had that one near me. I was not fortunate enough, but I will see it.
Yeah. In theaters this week, I'm not going to have the title of this thing right at my title because it's a long title. The new Kananga Renault, who was the lead of Dekker, one of my favorite films of all time. She has a new film out this weekend. She plays a head nurse in a hospital that gets overrun by terrorists. And the whole idea is she has to hide the patients and the rest of the staff. It's not an action film in that she's not going to kick a bunch of people in the face. It's just like a suspense thriller about her trying to evade and save all these people. I want to get out to that, but I don't know if I will because my schedule sucks.
No. But, well, it's been interesting box office this last couple months, which I know is kind of a topic we'll have tonight.
I feel bad for Masters of the Universe. It just didn't have a chance. It didn't have a chance at all.
I think I don't understand.
I heard
It don't make sense. Like, why make that now?
Exactly.
Exactly. I mean, 45 to 55-year-olds will go see it. Maybe
Right.
bring some of their kids. But come on.
Or
Nobody else
grandkids.
cares about He-Man. Nobody else cares.
Next year's 40th anniversary for the 87 film, which is kind of what I think of when I think of Masters of the Universe. So I know I like it.
I just don't get, like, it's one of those properties that doesn't really, even when it was new and fresh as a cartoon, it was a toy property. It was not really an entertainment property.
The
cartoon was
10 years, right? I think.
No, it's like 3 years, and it got
There's a lot of episodes in 3 years.
Yeah.
And it was already failing. Like, basically, it had 1 year of like super dominance, and then it started failing.
Yeah.
The Transformers thing just like killed it.
Transformers was big. Yeah.
Way bigger. But the weird thing is, it's not a cohesive like narrative. Like they just threw those toys in like sci-fi, fantasy elements. It didn't matter. It's like it doesn't really hold together. So like to make a film of it today, or even any time, the Canon film like literally just ignored everything and said, okay, there's a guy named He-Man.
Yeah, I was okay with that.
Might have been the same approach, only because like does the rest of it, all the rest of it, people with mechanical jaws and talking leopards, and I mean it doesn't all just work together into anything cohesive. I don't think.
Castle Grayskull and people will be happy. Yeah, people will be happy to know the animated series are coming to Blu-ray. So if now you want She-Ra, you got She-Ra on Blu-ray.
Yeah, and apparently there's a stinger scene at the end of Masters of the Universe, so they probably want to set up for a sequel with She-Ra in it.
Which
you're not going to get now.
No.
I can't imagine. So
no. Well, the movie's $170 million budget, roughly.
Yeah.
We needed to drop $100 million off of that to have a shot at anything.
I just don't understand how they thought that was going to make money. Like, I just don't.
I totally don't understand.
It is not
somebody just wanted to make it just to make it. Like, I don't know.
Well, wasn't there like a shitty shitty He-Man adaptation back in like what?
87. Yeah, that was
Kevin Smith.
The Kevin Smith one, where it was like, I heard they killed off He-Man, and then it was about Teela or something like that.
Yes.
I was like, okay, so that's probably what put the nail in the coffin.
Oh yeah.
So this gets to like one of the things I hate, like when like. So I'm not against that as a concept of taking a beloved character, wiping them out in the beginning, and telling a story with the rest of the characters. You have to do it really well, right?
Yes.
But, the rest of America isn't Lorne.
Well, that's it though. America wants comfort rather than good.
That's exactly.
Yeah, they want popcorn and shit, you know.
Well, then you don't deserve either then, and that's why you don't get either. Like when they try and make these safe movies, they end up the Transformers I just brought up. Like when the first Transformers movie, when you guys all went to see it in the theater, don't say you didn't.
I absolutely did.
Okay.
No, I didn't.
It was perfectly fine for what it was, but it was nothing that was going to endure, right? The sixth time they did it, you guys didn't give a flying fuck about seeing that one. Because you knew it was going to be safe. You knew they were going to play, hey, we're going to kill Optimus. Not really.
Yeah. Right. They killed his ass in the cartoon, though.
They did. That's what I was thinking of.
And the comic books.
The low point of that series was when they brought up the Romeo and Juliet laws down here in Texas or whatever. He was proud of dating a 16-year-old, apparently.
What?
Yeah, that was in the fourth film. Yes.
Oh, okay. I stopped after the second one.
I stopped after the first one. I saw the writing on the wall. I was like, no, I'm good.
No, I couldn't do it because it's like the ice cream truck robots in the second one. I was like, that's racist as fuck, and I just never went back.
Oh, I think they should have gone more racist.
The only Transformers movie I'll watch is the animated one from '86 with Orson Welles and Leonard Nimoy.
I mean, didn't the
I think it would have been at least interesting to be like offended. I wasn't even offended by any of it. I was just like, this is fucking crap.
But I mean, like, didn't the Transformers movies did get more racist? They cast Mark Wahlberg, so
oh god, yes.
yeah.
And Michael Bay is like the worst filmmaker of the 20th century. So,
ooh, I don't know about that.
What if I don't know, man? I mean, I hear Michael Bay and McG in that running a lot. No, McG hasn't really done quite as much.
When you name yourself McG, you kind of know
what is the functioning difference between McG, Michael Bay, and Jim Cameron? Really?
Are we sure that Michael Bay isn't McG? Have they been photographed together?
Jim Cameron's films are really stuffy for being just as shitty.
There's not enough explosions in McG films to be Michael Bay.
Yeah, you're right.
Or underage. Oh, never mind.
That's a Hollywood tradition right there.
Wouldn't it be funny? Yeah. McG is the more nuanced version of Michael Bay. Probably. He can't express his actual soul poetically as he would like, so he had to make up the McG persona.
Do you think he makes people call him McG?
Yeah, I would.
Mm-hmm. And kiss the pinky ring and shit, you know?
I think I'm refusing. I'm just not calling the grown man McG. Mm-hmm. I don't know. So, Lauren, I want you to be in charge of all these franchises. I want, like, Lauren.
You'll notice those calls haven't come.
Let's say they can't do any worse.
And I want the minions all dead in the first 2 minutes, like just all on screen.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
I don't. No, I think the problem is I couldn't immerse myself into the lore of any of this shit enough to write it. Like, I wouldn't even want to subvert something. I would just want to blow it up.
So Michael Bay.
Yeah.
So my thing is, like, very simple. You want to make a great Transformers film? First off, they don't speak English because they're fucking aliens. Okay? Mm-hmm. Make it people trapped in a city where these fucking giant robots are fighting. Humans can't make heads or tails of it because that's how it would go. And there's mass destruction and people are fucking suffering and dying because that's what would happen. Turn the cartoon into what it would feel like on the ground. Take the Stars and Stripes out from behind Optimus Prime and make it a survival horror thing, basically, because that's what it would be.
So Evangelion.
I've never seen that.
Better yet, the Transformers start biting people and then they turn them into Transformers. I love that.
Oh shit!
I love
vampiric
Transformer zombies.
Yeah, man.
All this is better than what they're gonna do.
Yeah, it's about dead technology. Zombies, Transformers.
Yeah,
it's kind of already happening, though, ain't
it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. It's just too, like, all these franchises, like, you know, there's a Voltron movie coming to some streaming service, and it's like, what do they think is really the point of that? In a world where, like, a Pacific Rim movie has already made people want to tear out their eyes.
Yeah. Well, next year we're getting The Legend of Zelda.
That'll do very well.
That might do pretty good, actually.
I think that might.
It'll do well.
Yeah.
Is Hunter Schafer playing Zelda?
No, but she should be. She should be, but she's not because she looks exactly like Zelda.
Yeah, I was gonna say that does look like just right out of the video.
We'll go get Elijah Wood or something.
Oh, I think he's aged out of it. I don't know. I could see Elijah Wood in the movie as something.
Yeah.
The only character I know is Zelda, so Hunter Schafer would have been good.
Elijah Wood is Ganon. That would be amazing. Oh shit.
Before we wax poetic about the new releases, I was going to mention that this month for the ranking challenge on Twitter, we've been doing Paul Verhoeven. So I've been checking out all of his early Dutch films. Very, very interesting. Soldier of Orange, Katie Tipple, Turkish Delight, The Fourth Man, and Spetters.
Spetters is fucking
Spetters
wow.
is nuts. Spetters,
yeah.
I mean,
is that the one where you just got random gay porn inserted?
Well,
there's a
Rutger Hauer in there. Too,
there's
right?
a penis measuring contest in that.
Yes, yeah. A literal
Paul Verhoeven for you. And then, oh yeah, Flesh and Blood with Rutger Hauer and Jennifer Jason Leigh, where they do some medieval hot tubbing.
I love Flesh and Blood.
Flesh and Blood was interesting, but look, RoboCop will always be my number one Verhoeven, with Total Recall and Starship Troopers right behind it. And I got a soft spot for Hollow Man. I really like Hollow Man. And not just because we saw Kevin's bacon.
Hollow Man is like that frustrating movie that like someone pitched and goes, hey, how about all the rapey elements of The Invisible Man? Let's make a movie around that.
Yeah, that's kind of like
and Hollywood went, yeah, we could do that.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think?
Get me Verhoeven.
But I will say this, like
he's the man for this.
Again, it's like it's basically a Universal Monster movie update, and they never work out for me. So I might not be the best judge.
Yeah, Spatters, Dick Measuring, and all gets a recommend, and Flesh and Blood I also recommend as well.
And I'm sorry, I don't get the cult audience for it, but look, I still think Showgirls is the worst. It is atrociously bad.
I will stand up for Showgirls. No.
That's the
Showgirls is
thing.
fun.
I mean, it was done on purpose. And Basic Instinct is like, to me, I don't know. No Basic Instinct love, huh?
No.
Oh, Basic Instinct's okay, but I mean,
man,
Michael Douglas is such a
great,
horny bastard.
I want to hear Sam's defense of Showgirls. That's the only thing in the last 5 minutes that's interesting me.
Oh my god.
It's one of those movies that it actually is so bad that it is kind of good. And I mean, I can just leave it at that. If you've seen Showgirls at least once, you're like, yeah, this is terrible. You know?
So where do you put it on the scale of Mariah Carey in Glitter to Waterworld? Where do you put this movie?
Well, unfortunately, I've seen neither one of those.
Oh.
So that might be an issue.
Or Britney Spears in Crossroads.
I didn't see Crossroads either. You know, I guess I kind of have to, even though like Dan Aykroyd plays her father.
What do you mean plays?
Oh.
Wow, that got dark and gross very quickly.
That's what got dark and gross on the show?
Yeah.
Break out that Tobin spirit guide.
It wasn't raking for Hoven. Somehow.
It wasn't the Dick Measuring.
No, but I mean, like, Gina Gershon is, like, I really love Gina Gershon's character. She's such an evil bitch.
She's the best part of that movie.
Oh, yeah. And the power dynamic between her and Elizabeth Berkley. And it's just, you know, I feel bad for Elizabeth Berkley because, you know, it's like that tanked her career for a while until we did get that cult following for Showgirls, and everybody was like, actually, kind of a cult classic. So
all about Eve and a G-string.
It's kind of like the comedy fans that want you to reassess the Zapruder film, you know?
I've heard some interesting takes on it, so it's from
I snuck in.
Verhoeven was like his commentary on America, pretty much.
Yeah. No, I snuck in to Showgirls. I bought a ticket. I think it was the Page Master. I'm pretty sure with Macaulay Culkin.
Wow.
And I snuck in successfully to an NC-17 movie. I looked ridiculous too. I mean, I was just doing the whole like shirt over the face, kind of like head down.
I brought a trench coat.
Oh, I sat right in the very back. There's like one dude. I can still see his face. Just older than I am now, just kind of turn around and just look right at me. He didn't rat me out. He just turned back. He kind of nodded his head.
I mean, there's kind of like an understanding. Look, we all know why we're here. We're not gonna look at each other. We're not gonna talk to each other. We're just gonna watch the movie.
Well, I was not 17, so
I remember seeing it on VHS, and yeah, it was horrible. It was like
I was bored.
What the hell was this shit?
I was bored as hell. Gina Gershon was the one thing about that movie that made me survive it. The one thing.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, if I want Gina Gershon, there's also Bound, the Wachowskis' masterpiece. Which, yes, I would put it over The Matrix, but that's just me.
Have you watched The Matrix recently? It looks bad now.
The Matrix?
I revisited that a couple of years back.
It has not aged well.
I never got the hype. Matrix.
All the bullet time stuff looks
never
bad.
got the hype for it. Never.
We're living in it.
I like the idea. Like,
sure, yeah.
The red and the blue pill, you know, shit.
Yeah.
I mean, nowadays we're taking the black pill, hopefully.
I know.
We're living in it. I mean, I'm still a Dark City guy. One of my all
Dark City.
Stone and I did a commentary on that.
One of the best films of the '90s. Yeah.
I wonder how it held up though. I haven't seen it since.
And it doesn't
Dark
need a sequel.
City.
It will never get a sequel. Never give Dark City a sequel. That movie's perfect on its own.
Yeah. Matrix shouldn't have gotten one either. I still like Matrix. That would have been just one movie. Leave it at that. And unfortunately, that last one I think was a franchise killer. Oh, what a piece of shit.
Well, that's why it was made. It was made so they would never make another.
Yeah.
I believe the Oscar campaign has started for the leading lady in Obsession, however, and I might join that at one point.
Yeah, I mean that actually might be a good time to segue into.
Yeah, let's see. How shall we segue to Obsession talk?
It's going to take a while.
Indy, how do you say her name? Indy Navarrete? Is that how you say it?
I believe so.
I didn't want to butcher it.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's
awesome.
enough. Just say it with enthusiasm and confidence.
Right.
What struck me about Stone? Okay, never mind. I thought Stone was frozen for a second. My bad.
Too hot for him to be frozen.
No. Well, I'm wearing a sweatshirt, so I am a little chilly. I don't know.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So what I like about Indy Navarrete in Obsession is, I didn't know this before, but you know, her facial features are so much different than anybody else who would just be in that role, like any other actress who's just, you know, playing crazy, right? She's somebody who probably like just looks in the mirror and makes weird faces for her own enjoyment. And then I found out after the fact that she had, you know, she used to do streaming on Twitch for like Call of Duty. I was like, oh, no wonder. You probably make weird faces. You probably make weird faces all the time on stream. You're probably used to your face acting rubbery in lots of different situations, but she has a masterful command over her expressions. So, like, they're so much different than anybody else out there right now.
Yeah, she can emote she can hit them all the emotions
to the nth degree.
Amazing. I was just blown away, man.
Absolutely amazing. I went to see Obsession at 2:30 afternoon, and I remember when I got the ticket that there were only 4 seats that had been bought. By the time the movie started, there was like 35 people in there.
Yeah.
2:30 p.m. on a Tuesday.
That's amazing.
And this thing hasn't stopped yet. It's about to make $250 million worldwide. It'll probably reach 300 at the end of its run.
Didn't it break E.T.'s record like 3 weekends?
I think it broke Blair Witch's record too.
Okay.
Yeah. It just got like through word of mouth every week. It was getting higher and higher.
Right.
Yeah, it's already in the top 10 of highest grossing horror films.
Yep.
Profitability, it's $750,000.
Yeah.
Right. Curry Barker.
300 times back your money. Woo.
Curry Barker, man.
I gotta say,
directed it.
I need to check out his other cereal and milk or whatever.
Oh yeah, cereal and milk.
Milk and cereal. It's on.
Yeah, it's
milk
on
and cereal.
I mean YouTube. Sorry, it's on YouTube. That's insane. Like both of these YouTubers, finally the 21st century has produced YouTube to film graduates.
Well, we also have Markiplier with Iron Lung, but I feel like nobody really, you know, that really didn't make much of an impact, but I haven't seen it yet.
Well, it did.
It did well, though.
Oh, did it?
Very well.
Okay.
Yeah. In fact, for like a brief minute, it was the #1 movie in America. I think like on Friday or something. It was technically ahead. But,
yeah. I guess when I mean like when I say it doesn't seem to have made that much of an impact, I guess I mean within the mainstream, like, you know, like obviously, you know, you go onto Twitter, you can't escape all of the Obsession discourse.
Oh no!
That thing is just landed like a bomb. I mean, a good bomb.
A nuclear bomb, yeah.
Yeah, the bestest bomb. No.
I mean, I genuinely cared about the characters and what they were going through. It was a slow burn, but man, it wouldn't stop. It wouldn't stop. And I was afraid of what was going to happen next. I honestly was. I mean, the ending was surprisingly powerful. I think in more of a tragic way than a horrific way. But man, did it! Yeah, it slapped. It slapped hard.
And I mean, you're not ever looking. I never looked to see what time it was. That's always a good.
Oh yes,
good sign.
So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah.
The cat. All right.
Oh, the poor cat. Oh.
Now, I will say, that's the only gripe I got about the film. At the very beginning, that cat just did not look real. I don't know if that was the point. And I was like, what the man, it don't really matter. I was like, oh shit. And then you forget about all that shit.
Would you prefer you have used a real dead cat?
That's the later movie we're talking about.
They could have made it look more real. I don't know.
That cat's very lucky he wasn't in Red Spells Red. So.
Right.
Oh my god.
That's what I was making reference to.
Yeah.
Dan's just trying to make it seem very like this is all going to come back around.
Right.
What I thought was, what I thought was what really helped with this is that, we've done the monkey's paw it's rote. We already know what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
This was one of those that it was a monkey's paw story, but it didn't, it was more involved instead of, I feel like a lot of the monkey's paw stories, they tend to be rather surface level in a lot of cases, right? Because it's like, here's where we're going. Oh, you already know it's a wish gone wrong. Well, your brain's already down the road at, whatever the final stage is. And you did not really get that with Obsession. And yeah, and I thought it did a really good job of personalizing the experience to those characters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it fleshed out every character really damn good, I thought.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's wild to me, like the amount of now YouTubers that are blowing up, and a lot of it's very good. I mean, again, the Filippo brothers have made two horror films.
That's true.
At this point, and who would have thought, just basically like this Jackass kind of style comedy duo would make something like Talk to Me and
Bring Her Back.
If you listen to him with Curry Barker though, like he's saying that it's not a comedy horror, it's not a horror, it's a true love story. So
yeah, sure.
Like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, yeah.
But you could tell he's highly influenced from Ari Aster. I mean, he openly admits that.
Oh, really? Okay, that's cool.
But and the design of the One Wish Willow, I thought that was cool. His mother actually designed that shit. So
I convinced myself that was real. Like for some reason.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was like, no, sure, I've seen these in like 7-Elevens before.
Yeah.
Or like those magic shops.
It had that kind of packaging to it. I could see that.
Yeah, I felt like I'd seen that before in my childhood. So it's it's so cool to see that. I mean, if you had told me even like 5-6 years ago when certainly Star Wars was on the decline, that something like Obsession was going to kick its ass at the box office, I probably still would have said no.
Mm-hmm.
But wow.
I won't say which one it is, but how did y'all feel about the main jump scare? I thought the setup was fucking perfect. It just blindsided your fucking ass, like
the car.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not a big fan of jump scares, but when they're done well and the setup is right, it's fucking amazing, man. Like,
yeah, I saw that one coming, but it's like was. I did not see the one at the very end in the house, though. I was ugh, oh my god.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I felt like something was gonna happen, but I just didn't know when. Like
what particularly haunts me are the specific shots of her with the lights, and it's all dark outside.
Yeah.
Like one outside of her house and the other right in front of his apartment, where you can like barely see her eyes creep through.
Yeah,
like it was
a little bit of light in her eyes, a little bit. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like also you never know when it's you could just be driving down the street. You don't know she's gonna T2 run at you for whatever fucking reason. Like that's exactly what happened in the car scene.
Right.
Yeah, I was expecting her to come out at one point. I just wasn't expecting that.
Right.
Like,
I didn't expect the other thing.
Oh no. It's like you should have driven somewhere. You should have driven somewhere.
Right.
Like, why did you have to stay there?
Also, again, like the kill effects. Oh, this movie had a budget of less than $1 million.
$750,000.
Effects look good.
Mm-hmm.
Practical effects look good. Let's bring them back, guys. Come on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like people want to see stuff that looks real.
I think there are some horror fans that are just, maybe inflating this. Some people have compared it to Citizen Kane, and I can understand because Orson Welles was 25 when he made that. But look, Obsession does not have the backstory of Citizen Kane.
I think we need to rein it in a little bit. Let's give it some time to breathe. Let's give it a few years to breathe, and then we can revisit that.
Give it a few years to breathe. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think about Curry doing the new Texas Chainsaw?
Honestly, I
don't see that translation. I just don't. I don't know.
The only way I see it working is for under budget and making a big thing. That's the only way I could see it translating. But story wise and kind of how he does things, it doesn't fit for me.
See, that's like I don't want another Texas Chainsaw.
No, we don't need another one.
I want to. It's like, oh wow, I fucking loved Obsession. What's Curry Barker doing next? Oh, another Texas Chainsaw movie. I'm good. Right. I would rather see Curry Barker do another original film.
Exactly. We need more original stuff out there because the original stuff is killing it right now.
Yeah, exactly. That's why when Zach Kreger said he was doing Resident Evil, I'm like, oh, come on, man.
Do you think this changes everything now, though? Because there was a big stigma about being a YouTube director. But now, if you think about it, they kind of being on YouTube is a plus now because you can realize what fans really want, and they
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Word of mouth.
Yeah. I think it changes everything. I think these big studios as well would go after these people now, and I don't know if there's a lack of talent in Hollywood or what, but
I think I think you're right, Darren, because that's also I think he didn't have the producers in his ear. He got to make exactly what he wanted to make. So,
I mean, I know that we're having more streamers be represented by places like CAA, because we're going to start merging the live streaming and regular movies, which, okay. But honestly, this is just kind of the evolution of reality television, This is just what it naturally evolved into. Only now we've convinced ourselves that we should go and be influencers and basically do the marketing for companies and then cross our fingers and maybe they'll throw us some bones, right? Whatever. That's kind of, I think that's kind of a little bit weird, but if it's going to give us more people like Curry Barker and Kane Parsons, let's go.
Oh yeah. And I was racking my brain. Who else 25 and under has directed a major studio film? I know there's a few others out there.
Backrooms, that we're going to talk about a little bit later. That's a young director too.
Oh yeah, he's 20. Yeah.
Jennifer Lynch, Boxing Helena.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, David Lynch was
not a lot.
28 when he did Eraserhead, something like that.
Well, Eraserhead was several years in the making too. I don't know what
Yeah.
Okay. Kane Parsons is the youngest, I think.
Citizen Kane Parsons.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And there's talks about people were asking him if he's going to make a sequel to Obsession, and he said he's not really interested in that, but he would be interested in doing an anthology of different wishes.
Oh,
not
sure.
Not just the love wish shit.
No, I think it's don't touch it. Nobody breathe on it. It's perfect. Nobody look at it. Don't make any sequels. Don't make any anthologies. Just stop.
I'm not going to lie. When I left the theater, I was wondering what would happen to, her. I was thinking, wondering what was going to happen to her. Is this going to be a Vertigo situation?
Oh, she's going to jail. That's what's happening to her.
I mean, that's the thing is that I don't want to. I don't want to entertain that possibility, but at the same time, I was thinking, oh man, this poor girl. Like she's got a rough road ahead. She really does. You know?
Yeah, seriously, fuck Bear. Bear's an asshole. Holy shit. Most dislikable character I've come across in a while.
But here again, I think the reason why this struck a nerve with people is people can identify with being in these kind of obsessive relationships. Maybe not to that extreme, but yeah, I think people do have that kind of experience. And I think it just struck a nerve with people. It's going to be a sleeper film for the rest of the summer, I'm sure.
And all the different characters kind of hit like, you know, different types of people. Well. Yep. So many different people can identify with shit.
Oh yeah.
Like I mean, you know, if you're a woman, you've either known a bear or you've like not an actual bear, but yeah, a guy like Bear, or you know, there's probably been some point in your life where it's like you have not had like your autonomy was taken away from you. So,
yeah. 100%.
Yeah, this might be actually one of the few times where I think, you know, the online discourse has kind of contributed to the overall enjoyment of the movie, because I see a lot of different points of view, but yeah, usually it's obnoxious.
I mean, I'm a bit worried now because I've not seen it, and I'm going to go in listening to all your point of view with high expectations. Right. I'm probably going to be disappointed.
You might like this one, Darren. I don't know.
Kudos to everybody on this panel. I mean, no spoilers. I mean, I was very careful, you know, not to give anything away myself, because there's still people that haven't seen it, and I want them to have that experience.
Right.
I genuinely do want them to have that experience.
You'll have a discussion after the movie because, like I said, it's kind of weird. I mean, breaking the sticks, I guess, up to that point. I mean, how could he know that was actually going to come true? But then, obviously, there's certain things that happen, and it's wild that it connected with people like it did. Honestly, even if you didn't like the movie, it's a hell of a story. I
think the comedy's strong, and I think the horror is strong as well. It's a perfect horror comedy film, man.
And a lot of people can also relate. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying it's not perfect. I mean, it's perfect.
Just the right amount of comedy, just the right amount, not too much. Not too much.
That's actually a lot of laughing in our theater when we saw it.
Due to the awkwardness of certain scenes, probably.
Yeah, sometimes.
Like it was awkward laughter. Like,
that nervous laughter.
I don't really remember if there was laughter during the assault scene, but I don't know.
Oh man, yeah.
Sorry, I just in case anybody is sensitive.
The duct tape on the door.
What an image that was. And the first time since The Exorcist since a woman has peed on the floor.
No.
You get a lot of pee.
Fucking Friday the 13th Part 2, for Christ's sake. I mean, you don't have to look hard for that.
Oh shit, yeah. Okay, I forgot about that.
But I could probably come up with more.
Lorne, top piss scenes in horror movies. You just got to make the video now.
Oh yes.
That's
golden shower.
We want to attract.
Golden shower.
And yet it'll probably get a ton of clicks if we're being.
So, I actually wanted to ask you guys, because it's like, you know, seeing Obsession. Is there a safe wish that y'all could think of that you would make? Because the only thing I could think of is like, I would wish for like a discontinued food to be brought back. I was like, that's fine. Shit. I'm sure that'll be okay.
Well, I don't know. I'd have to really think hard about it. Make sure.
I think if you formatted the wish, like cash would work. Like I'd like this giant stack of cash. You'd have to do the mental.
But you know the story.
I'd like it piled nicely, over there.
What's attached to that shit though? That's what the story is.
So the question would become, the way the monkey's paw rules work is you get that money, but the children's hospital in Uganda would have to close because that's where the money came from, and all those children died. Thank you, Dan.
Jacked up shit.
There's always a catch.
Or like your spouse died, but the life insurance pays out kind of thing.
Yeah. Oh, hey, let's just have Curry Barker reboot Wishmaster. We're good.
Andrew Devoff. Bring him back.
I know, right?
But this should be celebrated, though. I mean, horror on the top of the box.
Oh man,
so
massive.
R-rated horror.
Yeah,
it's a pretty good article in Rumor. Pretty good size about Curry Barker
and look, I'm willing to go so far as even if you don't care for horror, check it out. I think it's that good.
It's bringing people out to the theater. It's starting to revitalize the theater. Ours was like almost full.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time that happened.
There was a 9:30 show in the morning here.
Wow.
And that's the one we went to. And there wasn't hardly nobody in there. And I was like, yes.
That would have been perfect. The last time I saw a movie at 9:30 in the morning in the theater, I think was Beavis and Butthead Do America. I think that was the last time.
Nice.
I don't know. I know a lot of people like a packed theater, but I'm the kind that I don't like a packed theater. I'd rather not.
Well, it depends on how the behavior of the audience. I mean, the audience I was with, you could hear a pin drop.
Right.
Like they were quiet during this thing. They were really quiet. But then again, like when Chris and Sam and I, when we went to see
I was about to say that.
Yeah, I started laughing my ass off early on because of how ridiculous it was.
You got everybody laughing in that theater.
It made the movie better.
Zero.
It did.
I mean, it was legitimately funny, but then just being in the theater made it so much better.
Because halfway through, I realized, okay, wait a minute. Haley Mills starred in The Parent Trap.
Yes.
And now she's executing a Parent Trap.
Yes. I made this joke to you.
That was purposeful casting.
This is going to give Cool Dude ideas now. He's going to come out with some kind of parody.
I'm like the Trap too, man. I want more of that shit.
That's right. We need more scenes of M. Night's daughter. Just
no,
there for 45 minutes.
I said, look, as long as she's on the stage singing, I'm cool with her. It's when she started talking.
Yeah.
In the third act. That's what really brought the film. It kind of ruined it a little bit.
Oh, it did.
I felt like I was being trolled when I watched that movie. I was like, M. Night Shyamalan fucking with me. Like,
I know.
What am I watching here?
What a twist.
For better or for worse, it was the most entertaining Shyamalan in years.
I know some people liked it, but and that might be one of the dumbest movies I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, it was.
Oh, it's so funny.
But I'm also glad that Josh Hartnett was able to get a character to really play with and exercise with. He was really good.
I like Josh Hartnett, Penny Dreadful, if you want.
Oh, yeah, Penny Dreadful.
Yeah, Penny Dreadful was good.
Great show.
Very good, but that is like the David Flair of thrillers, like just the ultimate nepotism movie. It exists to sell CDs for his daughter. That entire movie.
The David Flair of nepotism movies.
Is M. Night going to sue his daughter next?
That's a deep cut. Jesus.
Whew.
Oh, fuck no. By simple process of elimination, I know which book this has to be, and I've been avoiding it like the motherfucking plague for a reason. Ain't no way in a curly pig's dick I'm going into that room.
And no one said you had to. You could just stay out here and listen to the symphony.
Well, you're gross. Just who the hell are you?
Clune. I am nothing.
Don't take this wrong, but nothing would be an improvement.
You cannot fathom just how much I agree with you, and yet I do exist. So tell me, Miss Sam, how far would you go into the void to find yourself? And would you even like the person you discover?
That sounded suspiciously like a rejected back of the book tagline. Jokes on Clume. I've been back and forth with myself, so.
So who wants to enter the Backrooms first?
Wow.
Nice. Nice. I say Stone does for that joke.
Ooh.
Look, I never heard the term liminal spaces before. In all honesty, never in my life have I ever heard that term. I mean, I walked into Backrooms with a lot of speculation because I'm like, okay, this guy is 20 years old. I don't know if this guy is. Let's see what he does here. I mean, it is A24. I've always had a huge trust on them, particularly when it comes to horror films. And of course, a couple of years ago when they put out Civil War, the scariest trailer I've ever seen in my life. Good Lord. But at the same time, you know, when I saw the cast, I was thinking, okay, this has probably got something to it. Chiwetel Ejiofor made his debut in Steven Spielberg's Amistad. He played the interpreter. And then he was in 12 Years a Slave, which won Best Picture. This guy has, you know, a long career, a 30-year career of, you know, just one great performance after another. He was great in this. And, you know, I was following him the entire time, wondering what was going on. It's psychologically unsettling in ways that it's very hard to describe. But at the same time, you know, I understood the concept of, you know, trauma and other things that are affecting your mind and taking you to places that you don't want to go to. It's a very dreamlike thriller, where once you enter the back rooms, it's like this veil that encapsulates you, and you just oh man, so many chilling images. The imagery in Backrooms is what stuck with me when I left the theater.
Is it like going on a ride? So I've heard like people comparing it to Lynch.
David Lynch. If there's anybody to compare it to, it would be that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought the pacing was really interesting because we saw this during the week, right? So we both have to get up extremely stupid early for work. And then I looked, so we got a 6:45 showing. This is a 2-hour movie. And I was like, fuck. And it didn't feel like 2 hours at all, even though all you're doing is spending most of your time in the back rooms. For whatever reason, that just flies right by. It's like, man, you're just literal time blindness.
So I got to thinking.
I jumped at the end of the prologue. Oh, sorry, Dirk.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, yeah, I jumped really huge at the end of the prologue, the very first sequence, which was basically a found footage tape almost of somebody that wakes up in the back rooms like in 1990, and you see what happens to him. And I was thinking, you know, while I'm watching this, I think that everybody's back rooms are different. I think everybody's back rooms are different. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love liminal space horror. And I'm a big fan of Chiwetel. Congratulations on saying the name right, because like an actor I love and it never comes out right. Renat Renzi as well.
Yeah.
Love Renat. But yeah, no, this one I did enjoy a lot. It's one of those movies, much like Cube, which I reference all the time, where I don't want more, because I think the more you explain, it's going to just lose a lot of its impact. We're 100% getting more. I mean,
this is a franchise. This is easily a franchise. Yeah.
But I'm worried about getting Backrooms Zero, Backrooms Hypercube. You know, like that's
not like
Backrooms Electric Boogaloo.
It's not like Cube, right?
Well, this is kind of like one of those stories that's like it actually might benefit from making a whole bunch of shitty sequels and letting people interpret the story however they want. That might be entertaining if you look at it after everything's said and done.
Oh yeah.
But it's nothing like Cube, right? Like the movie Cube. Back in
Cube has a plot.
It does.
If you like Cube, I'd recommend it for sure. I mean, they hint at certain things. I don't want to give too much away because again, I want to explain it, but I could see like the Mark Duplass character.
That was
possibly.
fun. I was happy.
Yeah.
Which, if you're a fan of Creep,
these YouTubers, are they pretty big? I haven't really looked into their channels. Like
the Backrooms stuff is huge.
I'm saying, are they? I mean, their channels, are they pretty popular?
Markiplier had like what? Markiplier's like how? Chris, you probably know.
I have no idea. Never watched Markiplier.
I'm just curious, like if they've got it down, like keeping people's attention, right? So maybe that's why when I was watching Obsession, like there was no pacing issues at all. Like it's just constantly keeping your focus. Like
I recommend. Most people have worked retail at some point in their life. You'll relate to Backrooms and
totally.
Seeing all these videos, people interpreting what it means and everything. That's really cool to me. That's really cool. And it's weird because I would not expect all of these YouTubers to be putting out like really good movies. That is a surprise. And I'm sure we're going to get some really bad. Well, we do get some bad ones. Cool Duder exists. So we do get bad.
Chris Stuckman, right? I never seen his film.
Oh, Shelby Oaks, which is I actually like
Shelby Oaks. Yeah,
didn't hate it at all.
Okay.
Yeah, it didn't blow up, which is surprising.
It's a C+ movie. It's not going to change your world.
Right.
But
no.
People are acting like it's a D-, and that's really ridiculous considering what people put on a pedestal.
Yeah.
Probably.
At points, it's lazy. I will say that. At points, it's lazy, but at other points, it's doing some really cool stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, have any of you guys actually come across a liminal space in your real lives? Like when you've been somewhere and it's like something feels off and weird?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
For sure. Yes. I was in Manhattan the week after 9/11. The entire city was a liminal space.
That's true.
It was New York. It was like New York post-apocalypse because there was no one out on the streets. There wasn't even vehicles parked. Everything seemed to have just evaporated. And yet the businesses were still open. You could still walk in. But there was just a complete dearth of people. And it was the middle of the day.
COVID. I mean, I think we all kind of experienced it. Like probably that eerie feeling, like right when it seemed like, oh, this is actually going to be a thing. I remember going out to get groceries, toilet paper, all of that, mad dash stuff, and just looking around and thinking like, this is weird. I'm in a movie right now.
Just imagine being a security guard in like a random office building, in the middle of the night or something. I mean, that's as close as it gets.
Well, liminal space horror is it preys on the uncanny as the emotional base, which is the best form of horror.
Yeah.
And the uncanny is simple. The uncanny is simply a normal object, usually, in this case, a setting, but a normal object that, because of almost imperceptible, incongruent aspects of it, like it's either a thing that's very normal but in a place where it shouldn't be, or it's in a condition it shouldn't be, but is a thoroughly normal item without any obvious reason to evoke panic or fear. But because it has something wrong with it in context, or because it has no context, we can't process it the way we process everything else in our life. Everything else in our life is induction and reason. The truly uncanny betrays that. One of the reasons when people talk about deja vu all the time as giving them really weird feelings that they don't know what to do with, right? Like, I feel like I've been here before is one of the craziest feelings in the world. It's because we're missing the context, or the context is incorrect, because the human brain is very flawed. So we can't process it the way we process all the other stimuli around us. So our natural response is fight or flight.
Right.
So you enter a liminal space. So an office building at night is a good example. turn those lights on, fill it with people doing their job, and there's no problems. But when you're seeing it in a state that you don't expect to see it, or should feel that you shouldn't see it, well, that's a problem. Even the abandoned haunted house mythology is kind of wrapped into this, because a house should be filled with people. Why else does it exist, right? So
yeah, that's funny, because it's like that's where I encountered my liminal space, because when I was with my ex, I was supposed to go and house sit for his parents because they were out of town and he was at a show somewhere late, and I was supposed to stay over because I got off of work like 10 p.m. It's like I get there and it's like I've been in that house plenty of times before, daytime and nighttime. This time there was something real creepy happening there, and I can't explain it, but I had to leave. I was like, nope, sorry, I'll go back in the morning. I ain't sleeping here though.
I've experienced that painting very old homes, and usually nobody's there. Like stuff that was built in the late 1800s or the early 1900s. Several times in Keachai, Louisiana, and different places. But yeah,
you do have to be careful with liminal horror, though, because a good example is, and I'm going to use a really broad example that everyone's familiar with. Halloween 2 tries to do the liminal horror thing with the hospital, and people just rejected it because they're like, where's all the people in the hospital? There would always be people in the hospital. Well, it was a stylistic choice to try and make it to evoke the uncanny. And the slasher film as a subgenre does not play in that field. So you do have to be careful about how and when you use it. You also shouldn't go, if you go too overtly supernatural, people lose the sense of uncanny because it's just, it's a spooky place.
Yeah.
You can't cross that line and have it really evoke what it should.
Yeah, and I hate to be this person. Like, I enjoyed Backrooms, but I did kind of feel like there was almost not enough time for you to get thoroughly freaked out, right? The changes weren't quite as subtle as I would, as I would have liked. That's just, it's me nitpicking. Because I think of stuff like one of the things, like when Slender Man was really big back in 2012, when those Let's Plays were everywhere, the Let's Plays were scary because you're essentially navigating like, a different, a house or wherever, right? Trying to find the missing pages that have like Slender Man all over them and shit. And it was very creepy because you would constantly be waiting for something to pop out of the corner of your eye. And this didn't really do that. It did in a couple of parts. But when you see, who I'm talking about, it's so like brightly lit, it almost like takes away from it just a little. So.
Imagine if they made a Slender Man movie like 4 or 5 years earlier. I think that makes a ton of money. I don't know why they waited so long. Unfortunately, not great, but I don't think it would have mattered had they made that movie just a little bit earlier.
Well, when you have a real life Slenderman stabbing, that kind of takes the wind out of your sails.
Yeah, that was really bad taste, I think.
So Backrooms was a game, right?
No, it was originally an image, and then somebody took the image and made like a whole video series off of it. That's the guy who made this movie. He made it in Blender. So this is actually first time making actual physical sets for stuff.
I think the image originated like from a 4chan thread that somebody took a picture in like an Oregon.
It was from the Something Awful forums, and it was supposed to be like making a creepy image.
Oh no, that was for Slenderman. The Backrooms was.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I got confused.
Creepypasta.
Creepypasta. That's the term. Yeah.
Okay.
Did any of you? Go ahead.
I'll go for it, Lauren.
No, I'm gonna derail it. So you go ahead.
Oh no, it did start as an image for Backrooms.
Okay.
And then everybody added to the lore, so that's kind of interesting to me because what's to stop me from making a Backrooms movie? Because I would think legally you can't.
So it's a communal. Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Legally, you couldn't use anything that would be specifically created in the screenplay or in the film for the movie that exists. So it's the same thing. So you can tell the story of the Hook murders of the teenagers as many times as you want because it's an urban legend that everyone knows. But you'd better be careful not to actually borrow any dialogue or setting from an existing film.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So if they could prove that you were basing it on the existing film, you're coked. It's done.
Yeah. It just I don't know. It's a lot of people added to that lore, from what I understand, and I didn't follow it. But
so, has anyone? I mean, I haven't seen Backrooms or Obsession, and I have actually no plans to see either.
Oh, really?
I think
the Obsession trailer was my least favorite trailer of the year. I looked at that and I said, "Fuck that movie" immediately. So I mean,
I thought you saw Obsession.
No,
yeah, I thought at least Obsession you saw.
I trust all of your opinions. I'm sure it's great. I have zero interest in it. But did any of you guys see Exit 8, the Japanese film that was out last month?
I was going to bring it up.
Very connected to this.
Yeah, that's very liminal as well.
Yeah.
So that's also based off a video game as well.
Yeah.
So
and recommended.
Like we were talking about, because I remember, we were watching Backrooms, and the guy, who I'm talking about, that one guy. I'm not going to try to spoil anything. I was telling Chris, like, Chris, would your Backrooms version just be a 5'3", Chris?
Mini me.
It's like a regular sized Chris.
I would sum up. I would give Obsession right now. I'd give it a 4.5 out of 5, and I'd give Backrooms a 3.5 out of 5. I think it's a seriously impressive first feature for Kane Parsons, and obviously I do want to see what both of them do next. I think Kane Parsons should launch this franchise but give other people their own interpretations too. I mean, he'll probably direct the next one, and then he'll probably have somebody else do a third film. That's what I suspect.
So Backrooms is would you say more of a thinking person's horror, or is it ambiguous?
I would say so. Very cerebral. Yeah.
It's funny. I thought that I was going to be a lot more cerebral than I anticipated. Than what I got, because it was pretty straightforward. I think it's not too difficult to understand or anything, but I also don't know if theorizing over different aspects of the Backrooms really enhances the viewing experience.
Okay.
So
is there a straightforward story too, that just a casual?
Yeah, more or less. There is a straight, just your basic storyline out there.
So it does both. Okay.
Bunch of subplots happening.
And by the way, that was a huge, giant set that they built.
Mm-hmm.
That was huge. From what I understand, it was massive.
The set design's incredible.
Man, okay, that's it. Give Best Actress to Obsession and give Best Production Design to Backrooms. I'll be happy about that.
Can you imagine if Indy Navarrete won Best Actress?
That would be awesome. I would totally applaud that. I would totally applaud that.
Yeah.
Better than Micah Monroe. Good Lord. God, the worst.
I can't say enough about her performance, man. She just blew me away, man.
Yeah.
Amazing, man. Amazing.
It's just exciting to see, two really low budget horror films making so much money and getting people excited and going back to the
theater.
There've been a lot of people.
I love that.
1,000%.
I go multiple times a week. I've seen just the theater more packed lately than I have in a long time.
But I'm curious how much bullshit's coming. You know what I'm saying? Behind this wave, I don't know. We'll just have to see, I guess. But
I mean, are you guys seriously looking forward to Evil Dead Burn?
No,
I don't care.
There was something about that trailer. I was like, no.
To be fair, I haven't seen Evil Dead since Army of Darkness.
Okay.
You're not missing much, though.
Yeah, I know.
I don't blame you. If you saw Army of Darkness, I would have checked out too.
I've got a bone to pick with you. Well, last but not least, did anybody see Disclosure Day?
No.
I don't care. Spielberg doing a movie about aliens.
I'm surprised at the backlash online about this. I'm
reading some weird shit about Spielberg too, though, so that might have something to do with it.
That might be a Hollywood rabbit hole that Lauren will go down. I don't know.
Yeah, no, not tonight.
Oh, you're not going to talk about Heather O'Rourke?
No, not tonight. Did any of you see Tuner?
No, but I heard it's great.
So if you like Drive and Baby Driver, and want something that lives somewhere between them, Tuner is that movie.
Oh, okay.
God liked it. Okay. I just haven't made it out yet.
It's not a horror film in any way, shape, or form.
No.
But it's going to remind you what films used to feel like. It's just a story of a guy with a hearing condition that because he can tune pianos perfectly by ear.
Oh, that one. I saw the trailer for that one.
He discovers he can open safes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I know which one that is. Okay.
Money trouble comes not to him, but to someone he cares about, and he decides to make the money however he can. Surprise appearance at the end by, it's not a big surprise, it's in the trailer, it says he's in it, but Jean Reno is in the film.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which is always, listen, as a huge La Femme Nikita / The Professional fan.
Mm-hmm.
Always down to see more Jean Reno.
Similar, would you say similar?
Godzilla.
Maybe in tone to Thief?
No.
Okay.
I would say Drive meets Baby Driver. Exactly.
Yeah, because I got a lot of Baby Driver vibes from the trailer.
Okay. It's not. There's no comedy in it. So
I figured not. But like that kind of like not a thief. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of the tone of the serious stuff is pretty there. It doesn't have the constant pop music thing going on.
But that's Baby Driver thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Dustin Hoffman's the father, right? In that,
he's not a father. He's not the father, but he's an aging jazz musician who now runs a company that tunes pianos.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
he's just doing the Dustin Hoffman thing. He's not exceptional. He's fine. He's what you expect him to be.
Yeah.
You never look at him and say that's someone besides Dustin Hoffman, but he does the role completely adequately.
He's got to be.
He's 90 now.
I would also say that he was smart enough to not try and steal the movie. It's not his movie, so he doesn't try and do anything extreme.
Right.
But I was surprised how much I did like it. I'd suggest it. Okay. And that's kind of like what I wanted to say about this subject. And then I don't want to make it long. And I'm PTSD'd on American horror. I just am. So even when something that has promise that everyone loves comes out, I can't get myself there. I cannot build the excitement for American horror anymore. I can't. Right. It's not in me.
Generally, I'm that way too, but
I'm hoping something can break through for me.
Yeah.
But the Obsession trailer, I had a very visceral bad reaction to it. The Backrooms trailer, I went, cool. I saw that new Twilight Zone episode in '86. Cool.
Okay. See, I quit watching trailers a while back.
That's the same way with me. I prefer to just walk into
because trailers will lead you down like so many times.
And I'm sure you guys are all right. I'm not arguing quality of the movies. I'm just saying from my point of view, I'm looking elsewhere all the time. You know, outside the genre into places that are telling stories that I think will at least feel like real movies. And so I'm excited to see a new batch of filmmakers come on the scene. I really am. But I'm also really worried. Dirk said he was worried about the crap to come. I'm not worried about the crap. I'm worried that we're going to fall into the same pattern. I don't want us to cherish filmmakers and make them precious because of a couple of great films.
Yeah.
And then we live in this kind of depressive cycle of their new films come out and don't live up to it again.
Yeah,
again.
right.
Yeah.
We did this.
The expectation.
We did this once before. Yeah. We did it at least once before, and for me, it's one of the reasons that I never want this channel to just talk about the big franchises.
Yeah.
Or the big directors. I have zero interest in ranking Dario Argento films.
Right.
I just don't want us to do this again. So if it leads to a democratization of movie screens, that's amazing. That's what I've always been calling for. But at the moment, as a guy who's loved horror for 50 years at this point, maybe I wasn't 3, I was probably 6. Just about 50 years. I would say it's got to win me back. I have to be romanced back by the genre, at least in America. And I didn't see anything in these two films that made me feel that strongly that it would be different. Now, you guys might be right, and they might be these movies. But that's just where I am. And I know that's not what people want to hear. They want cheerleading for everything, and they think I'm just being sour. But I can't help.
We empathize. We do. Seriously,
I can't help but feel like I've been abused. If you go back to the early seasons that I was on the Sausage Factory, I'm the guy telling people to go see everything that comes out because we'll get more. I am so far from that now, and I'm so far from that because of Blumhouse, and I'm so far from that because of Halloween Kills. I'm so far from that from Texas Chainsaw on Showtime, and I'm so far from that because of the discourse online, whereas 70 videos are made about a shitty fucking sequel that we all deep down know is shit, but everyone's making excuses for. I'm just done. I'm going to always be a movie lover. I am super excited. Actually, The Furious is one of the films I'm super excited about. It pisses me off.
You're going to like it.
It pisses me off that it's not in the genre. But
well, you know, you do also have Smothered, the new Jocko Anwar produced movie, which is really good. Broken Bird, I liked quite a bit out of the UK. Kind of if you like May, I recommend Broken Bird. There's tons of choice right now.
See, I don't watch a lot of new stuff. I just don't. And
yeah,
that's the same reason what Lorne's saying. Like, it's the reason I don't. But when something gets a buzz and gets enough buzz, and I talk to enough people that I trust, like, you know, I'll go give it a shot. And
I think Dirk is a better man than I.
Yeah, it just kind of knocked me out. Like, I was like, I didn't expect it to be that damn good, you know.
Yeah.
But
so Lorne, you will eventually see these, I take it, at home.
Maybe.
Okay.
So I don't mean this like nasty, but like I heard from so many people over so long about films I had to see. And then I would stream them and they would be like exactly what I thought they were, and it left me cold. I'll tell you with Obsession. With Obsession, I'll tell you exactly where it's not the monkey paw aspect per se. Yeah. It's the trinket horror thing. I fucking hate trinket horror. I fucking hate, oh, look, it's a toy and you do that. No, I fucking hate that.
Yeah.
Hate it. Like, it makes me want to run out of the theater. And you're going to say a small part about it's just the inciting incident. I get that. Yeah. But fuck.
I'm just glad you saw Substance in the theater. That's all. I'm so happy about that. I mean, because I was like, damn it, Lorne, go see the Substance.
Higher on it than anyone else.
Oh.
Well, I mean, like when I was reading the interview about that, why he chose to do that decision or whatever, he said he didn't want it to be like all these other films where they find this old ancient artifact, you know, like Genie in the Lamp shit, you know.
Yeah.
He wanted it to be something very accessible. That was his idea, but I don't know.
Do you think like these two films will have the same impact watching at home as they do in the theater?
No, I don't.
No,
okay. I don't.
They are very. Yeah, I was going to say that.
I don't know about Backrooms.
Theatrical adds a lot, I think, to these.
It does. That sound design in the theater shit, man, for Obsession was fuck.
Yeah, you're gonna be fine if you see Backrooms at home.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
more so than Obsession, I guess, but
yeah.
I don't know. Dark theater just felt like I was actually there, but I'm the theater cheerleader in general, so
yeah. That bass and everything in the theater is a little different. It's a little different.
Believe me, I'm extremely selective when it comes to especially new horror films. You know, I mean, I'm still surprised I went to go see Faces of Death, and I ended up liking that way more than I thought. But then again, I'm still reeling from Primate. God.
See, I mean, I heard buzz on Faces, and you know, I don't know.
Hey, Daniel, You big furry arsehole.
Darren, what are you doing, man? You were supposed to run to the elevator.
No bother, lots of American shite is confusing and scary, but a wee werewolf? Nah, I got this. Good night, beastie.
I had awesome. Eric and Darren has assimilated perfectly.
I can't wait for Robert Eggers' werewolf. I just can't wait for
the
that.
witch.
Yeah. Well, he's not going to live up to where again. So he can try. He can try.
Okay, so what are we covering next?
Yeah, in the words of Red Letter Media, what next?
Are we on what, dark Hollywood rabbit holes now?
Sure.
We can be.
Oh, yeah.
I think, Stone, this was your suggestion, wasn't it? Because you fell down one. Is that right?
Oh.
Well, last season, in season 4 of Region Free, I suggested, films with disturbing production histories, that kind of thing. And, I talked about Star 80 and that kind of thing. And I was thinking, wait a minute, how about we talk about disturbing Hollywood rabbit holes? Like these weird, eerie stories that you would find on like Unsolved Mysteries per se. I have 2 I'd like to share real quick, and I'm only going to give a couple minutes to each one, because here again, rabbit holes. I mean, I want people to do their own research, but okay. The first rabbit hole I have is, I don't know if you there's a silent film star named Rudolph Valentino, one of the most famous silent stars of all time. In 1920, he supposedly walked into a San Francisco jewelry shop and bought a ring with a tiger's eye opal on it. And the lady that sold the ring to him said, you may not want to buy that because it might fuck up your life, or, it might be cursed in some way. Now, you got to remember, this was before he exploded in the Sheik and the Horsemen of the Apocalypse, I believe, which made him a major star. I mean, women were drooling over this guy in silent era. Well, this ring supposedly was cursed to the point where when he started to wear it, he got sick. He got ill, and supposedly the crazy thing is there's no real pictures of the ring. I mean, yes, if you look at like some of the videos, they have a general picture that they use. That's not the ring. Supposedly the ring appears in a painting that Pola Negri, one of Rudolph's lovers, many lovers obviously, kept because she was so obsessed with him. He died at the age of 26.
Really?
Yes. Yeah, he died at was it 20? Well, 26 or 31. I think he was more 31. Like 32. Yeah, I think he's 31 or 32.
He was young.
Very suddenly under mysterious circumstances. Supposedly, the ring was on his finger when he was in his casket, and Pola Negri took it off and kept it for herself. And then her career started to suffer. She had to eventually go back to her native homeland in Germany to make more films. And so she ended up giving it, surrendering the ring almost to one of Rudolph Valentino's best friends. He died under mysterious circumstances in a episode involving a gun that hadn't been fired in 20 years. And okay, so over the years, this ring allegedly has been responsible for at least 11 deaths. Allegedly.
Wow.
Now, the thing is that the ring eventually ended up in a bank somewhere in Los Angeles. There were people that wanted to do stories about the ring, wanted to do research about the ring. There was this one journalist in the 1970s that, took pictures, he did interviews. He was going to publish this massive article, and he just died out of nowhere, perfectly healthy. And supposedly the ring, does it still exist? People say that it's under lock and key and that its handlers refuse it to ever allow it to be shown in public or whatnot. The last time it was supposedly held by somebody was just for insurance purposes. You know, take a quick picture, put it back into the vault. And my whole thing about this whole ring story is that, well, Rudolph Valentino was a star in the 1920s. The ring didn't affect his stardom. You know, that's why I'm not necessarily sure I buy that this ring. I think the ring existed, but I think it was one of those things that was just kind of a coincidental thing that people had it, and people started attributing in all these deaths and bad luck to this to this damn ring. So I'm not sure if I completely buy the story, but supposedly the ring still exists somewhere, and nobody is allowing anybody to handle it or look at it or anything like that. Here again, maybe a little skeptical, but there you go. My other rabbit hole is a little bit more sinister. It's a little bit more sinister. I don't know if any of you have heard of a screenwriter by the name of Gary DeVore.
No.
Oh, Dan's heard of him. Okay.
I've heard the name.
I've heard the name, yeah.
He co-wrote Schwarzenegger's movie Raw Deal.
Okay.
Running Scared with Billy Crystal. And later on, he would get uncredited work on Jean-Claude Van Damme films like Time Cop and Sudden Death, ironically enough. And finally, his last movie that he worked on was The Relic, the Peter Hyams movie from the 1990s. Yeah. Well, and a lot of his unproduced screenplays were evidently about shadowy government figures, you know, assassins and conspiracies and, that kind of thing. And he supposedly had a lot of connections with the CIA and the FBI, who, of course, as some people know, they like to get the Pentagon likes to get approval for a lot of these scripts to make United States. I heard
that recently. I was like, "What the hell?"
To make the United States look good. I mean, just the term the term predictive programming. Look that up. Okay. Yeah. He was going to make his directorial debut on a script that he had just finished in New Mexico. He was at an actress's house by the name of Marsha Mason and driving back from New Mexico to LA. The last time he spoke to his wife, he said he was running on adrenaline. Now, she didn't really understand what he meant at the time, but that's what he said over the phone. For an entire year, he was vanished off the face of the earth. Nobody knows what happened to him until they found his vehicle in an aqueduct. Not only was the script on a laptop missing, but so were his hands.
The hell?
Move.
Damn.
Cut off at the wrist. Now, if you're going to try to convince me that he actually drove in that aqueduct, I'm not convinced. Okay. Supposedly, some other curious evidence is that he never wore a seatbelt, but on this day he was wearing a seatbelt. Okay. Now, what was the script about? According to a friend who spoke anonymously for a documentary, take that with a grain of salt, but from what I understand, the script was about the Panama Papers, Manuel Noriega, and U.S. government officials meeting with child prostitutes.
I get you killed.
Yeah. There is a documentary on YouTube. I highly recommend you check it out. The guy who was in England, he made it. He interviewed director John Irvin, who had made Raw Deal and one other film. He was very good friends with Gary DeVore. He interviewed his widow and his second wife, Claudia Christian. And also, on top of all that, he even interviewed his publicist, a man by the name of Michael Sands. It was a very bizarre meeting because Michael Sands wanted to help him, try to figure out what happened to Gary DeVore and all this other stuff. And so they had a weird meeting. They had a couple of meetings off screen, off camera. Then they went back. To England, hoping that eventually they will get some concrete evidence. Michael Sands. 3 weeks after the guy that made the documentary goes back to England, and he's waiting on Michael Sands' evidence. In 2012, April 15th, the Hollywood Reporter says Hollywood publicist Michael Sands, who was the brains behind Mr. Blackwell's worst dressed list, died at the age of 66 on April 6. Sands was at Gelson's deli counter in Century City on March 24th when he began to choke on a beef sample. His son Nick told the Wrap that his father had chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, which meant that his airways were smaller than normal. So if you want a rabbit hole to really go down, look into this screenwriter, because, if somebody cuts off your hands, especially if it's a contract killer, that is about the best proof you can possibly get. And it's a little unnerving knowing that he was a writer and he was very, very passionate about making this movie. Even though, he had gotten disillusioned with Hollywood, not getting credit on certain films and everything. It is a fascinating story, to say the least. I kind of wish they had profiled it on Unsolved Mysteries, because it's about as an ideal story as you could conjure up for that. But yeah, I mean, you don't want to fuck with the CIA. I think that's the moral of the story. You don't want to fuck with the CIA.
Good advice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So those are my two rabbit hole stories. I will allow anybody else out there who is interested in learning more, read up on them, because they are fascinating stories nonetheless. I'm not sure if I buy the Valentino ring, because that might have been just a case of where the ring has like arsenic or something in it, causing these health problems and then death. But the Gary DeVore story, somebody got too close to the truth.
Yeah.
Somebody got too close to the truth and they eliminated him.
Well, I feel like, with the tiger's eye, I was looking that up, the tiger's eye ring, while you were talking about it. I had no idea about that. That was fascinating.
Yes.
And all I could think of is a piece of tiger's eye made your life hell. Because usually tiger's eye is, usually known for prosperity and good luck. And it's sort of like, no, if that tiger's eye is acting up with everybody, you need to keep it away from everybody. Please.
Also, why was it being sold in the first place?
Yeah. Yep. It's a good question.
I don't know. Apparently he bought it for $7, which would be $115 in today's money. So it's like, okay, so that's not a huge splurge for an actor.
No.
Yeah.
But also, I was thinking about, like, for the Gary DeVore, I was thinking, like, is he working on a sequel to Hands with Michael Caine?
And
Lorne,
you're muted. Yeah. But the last thing I was going to mention about the ring was, according to all accounts, everybody that held the ring said it was ice cold to the touch.
Oh.
Ice cold to the touch.
I don't know for sure if tiger's eye is known for holding heat, though.
It's a rock.
Metal isn't known for holding heat.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I mean,
my problem with stories like this, the second one, the tiger's eye thing is just stupid to me.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing it, because I love this. I love this kind of stuff. But
yes.
you want me to believe it? Nah, we're not going to get there.
Write a book
my
on it,
problem
Lorne.
with the whole thing with this is, say you uncovered something really damning about the U.S. government or a component thereof, something that would change the world were it to be released. You're going to make a fucking Hollywood movie to dispense that information? I don't know that I buy it. You got to involve a lot of fucking people. It's a big production. There's a lot of time. A lot of people read that screenplay before it goes before it. I don't buy it. It's kind of like the people who have big conspiracy theories about things that clearly the real explanation is so much simpler.
Occam's
like the James Dean.
So did this guy buy a lot of coke from the cartels and didn't give him money? Because that could get you killed that way under an aqueduct. I don't know. To me, it seems like a stretch that someone would go to choose that method to tell the story.
That's what he did. He was a screenwriter. I mean,
yeah, but every screenwriter would be happy to write a letter to the New York Times that changes the world.
And I mean, people like, and I've heard other stories where they have the kill switch letter. So if something happens to them, that it goes out to all the major. They had something.
Oh, I have that for much less important things.
You know what I'm saying?
So
I don't know.
I was going to talk about how actresses during the golden age of Hollywood were, well, I mean, actors in general were strictly controlled by studios. The women got it a lot worse. But I actually just found out this really interesting Billy Bob Thornton curse. So apparently a lot of guys that have starred alongside Billy Bob Thornton died pretty soon after.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah, like JT Walsh co-starred with him in Sling Blade, and then he died of a heart attack 2 years later at 54.
Yeah.
And then also fucking Bad Santa, John Ritter and Bernie Mac.
John Ritter.
Heath Ledger.
Yeah, Heath Ledger, because he was in Monsters Ball.
Yeah.
And also, Chris, you're gonna be super mad. Jim Varney.
Oh.
Jim Varney's final film was alongside Billy Bob Thornton.
Man.
So, I mean, is that why he's just mostly doing T-Mobile commercials now?
Well, he's also doing TV shows with Landman and things like that.
Landman, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
May I say real quick about Jim Varney? Because I'm looking, there's a documentary coming out soon called The Importance of Being Earnest. And I've been looking forward
to
the
book
forever. But Jim Varney, sadly, he smoked like 3 packs of cigarettes a day.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, probably my favorite Ernest movie is Ernest Goes to Jail. And I saw that in the theater when I was 10 years old. Right before he goes into the electric chair, one of the guards asks him, would you like anything, like a cigarette or something? And he says, oh, no, cigarettes will kill you.
Well, he knew he was popular with children. So he didn't want children to smoke.
Of course.
So that's why you never saw a photo of him or anywhere near kids with him smoking.
He always went behind a trailer. He hid somewhere when he went to go smoke. But I mean, I guess if you want to throw Bill Paxton in there too, because they made The Gift together, the Sam Raimi movie. I don't know if that would count.
I don't know if that was Bill Paxton's final movie.
So is this about trying to slow Billy Bob's aging? Like he has to somewhere other actors they didn't age as fast.
Not The Gift. Not The Gift. Simple Plan. That's what I meant.
Oh,
Simple Plan. Yeah, no. Billy Bob wrote The Gift, but he wasn't in it.
That's right.
Sorry. Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of want to go and research that now.
Yeah.
Do all the T-Mobile users drop go tits up now?
I wonder if it has something to do with Angelina Jolie's blood. They.
Oh yeah.
And they were married.
Little bottles above each other. Yeah.
I don't
know.
Crazy.
He might have broke some sticks for that, I would imagine. Everybody, poor Bill paid the price.
Okay, we'll go real fast because I've mentioned this before, but this is my favorite gross Hollywood thing. It's not really just Hollywood, but Elmer McCurdy, outlaw, gets murdered, body goes to the local embalmer. No one's there to pay for it. So after all the work, the embalmer just keeps the body and keeps it on display in his shop. And he's charging people to have a peek at the coffin. Eventually, someone shows up claiming to be family and buys the body. But instead, they go take it on a carnival circuit as a sideshow attraction. Then it gets really great. Dwayne Esper, one of the greats of exploitation cinema's early years, buys the corpse for a film he's making called Narcotics. And he tours the country, putting it in the lobby of the movie theaters for people to take photos with, claiming it was a junkie who overdosed.
Oh my God.
It's not over. This leads to him to sell it to a bunch of his friends who are making low budget films who need corpses in the movies because it's cheaper than paying an artist to make. This thing gets passed around. By most counts, he ends up in about 30 films and a dozen television series. Finally, the crew and by this time, no one realizes he's real anymore.
Yeah.
Like, no one who realizes what had been going on, they think this is a prop. And then the $6 million man team buys it as a prop, puts him in an episode, and it's only afterwards, when they're trying to unload it themselves, they realize that they have a real human corpse, mummified human corpse on there. So, a scumbag bank robber and train robber turned out to be an accidental movie star in his post-prime.
Weekend at Bernie's.
Did he fight Bigfoot?
It's funny. I can't dig it out right now, but I do have Narcotic on Blu-ray with Marijuana, because they released them both as one of those that series that they put out, the exploitation series. Yeah,
Reefer Madness.
Now I got to rewatch that shit. But I also have Maniac, which is also amazing.
The Maniac is a fucking movie. It's not good, but it is a fucking movie, right?
It is a movie. Yeah,
it's the Hammer, right? The Hammer one.
No.
Dwayne Esper.
Yeah, we're talking 1930s. He was infamous whenever he answered the phone, he would say, "I'll sue." Yeah.
So Dwayne Esper. So Maniac is a 1930s film that has gratuitous female nudity, a man who survives by eating cat meat.
Oh wow!
He rips out a cat's eye and eats it.
It is an odd movie. But it looks like a 30s feature and is acted like a 30s feature. So go figure.
Yeah.
I will warn you, though, that as much as that made it sound like a must say, you're probably not going to enjoy the experience because it's not a very good film.
Well, Marijuana is hilarious because all they do is, they show a bunch of people puff on cannabis and then they go skinny dipping.
Which is about
as one does,
I mean, it's not a bad idea.
Damn.
Who else has a dark Hollywood story?
Yeah.
I've got one for the 1930s. So there's a film that was made in 1932 called 13 Women.
Yep.
Film's based off a 1932 best-selling novel of the same name. Tiffany Fair, I think it was. So basically the storyline is there's a group of women, they receive their horoscopes through the post and pretty much telling them, they're going to die pretty soon. So they kind of start getting bumped off one by one. It definitely had like an influence on the slasher genre, I feel, even though a lot of people say it's a proto-slasher. I don't quite know about that. Anyway, right, so originally it was 73 minutes long. The studio kind of cut, I think it was up to 13 minutes out of it before it's released, and several characters got cut. So I'm going to bring you on to like Peggy Entwistle, one of the actresses in the film. She plays Hazel Clay Cousins. This was one of the roles that was meant to be longer. So she was a British, actually. She was born in Wales, not far from where I am. She went to live out in New York pretty early on. Her father died when she was really young, tragically, in this car accident. She began her career pretty much in 1925, and she was doing Broadway musicals and, pretty much, trying to get a bigger name. She starred in this film. And what's quite, with this film, her career didn't take off pretty much as she wanted it to. And there's a well-known story where she's living with her brother, I think it is, in the Hollywood Hills. And she was so disillusioned by her career not taking off. She went and hiked right to the top of the Hollywood land sign and jumped off the letter H, pretty much to her death. They found her the next day with like a suicide note saying, you know, I should have done this earlier. I would have saved all this hurt, you know. And I just thought it was just, that story, because I love the film anyway. And when I was reading that, I kind of got cold, like, you know, and it's, and if you see her in the film, she's a beautiful actress. You know,
didn't they find her shoe somewhere else or something? I don't know.
They found weird. Like her, but in her handbag there was a suicide note. Yeah, I mean, I just read off the note. She says, "I'm afraid I'm a coward. I'm sorry for everything. If I had done this a long time ago, it would have saved a lot of pain." PE, and she signed it. And yeah, that's the only one I got. I just thought, man, it's just so in the prime of her life. It's just so heartbreaking.
Am I crazy to think, Lauren, did we do an audio commentary on 13 Women?
We had a discussion about it. I know, but we didn't do a full
I'd
audio.
like to hear that if we did.
We definitely, somewhere in the archives.
We talked about it when we did the commentary for Mask of Fu Manchu, I think.
That's correct.
Because Myrna Loy is in both films.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking on Wikipedia. It said the cause of death was listed by the coroner as, quote, multiple fractures of the pelvis. And in 2014, roughly 100 people marked the anniversary of her death by gathering in the parking lot of Beechwood Market in Hollywood to watch 13 Women on an outdoor screen. Proceeds from a raffle and from food and beverages sold at the screen were donated to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention in her name.
Wasn't she early 20s, right?
Yeah.
24. She was only 24 years old.
Yeah, shocking, really.
Tragedy.
Well, I got one about, I mean, it's one that still bugs me quite a bit, and I know people probably have heard, but there's a whole deep rabbit hole you can go down with Stanley Kubrick's death and Eyes Wide Shut, and especially after his final cut of the film. He died 6 days later. Supposedly, he didn't have a heart condition. He dies of a heart attack. And then Roger Avery recently come out and said like 20 to 45 minutes was cut from the film, exposing these elites doing this Epstein type shit, you know? And but no, it's I was kind of curious what y'all thought on that one with the Kubrick angle. Like
I got to rewatch Eyes Wide Shut, honestly.
I just got it on 4K. I love that movie.
Well, like somebody, Avery was saying that there was someone saying that he was shouting at the executive saying, "Not one frame will be removed from my film." And I could totally see Kubrick doing some shit like that. Like he's so hands-on about it, everything. So
that one character that, you know, because me and Dirk covered this on the channel, but you know the guy when he's in the pool room, I'm pretty sure that was based on Epstein. That character, he must,
or someone, you know, like that type.
Maybe I think it was him. You know, because this was what, late 90s, so Epstein was
that type of shit has been going on for a very long time too. You know.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, yeah.
But yeah, that's a deep one. It's Rob Ager on he's covered a lot of this. He debunks a lot. He thinks there's really nothing to it, but I don't know. He does a great job on his explanations and stuff. But I don't know, man. There's just very strange coincidences around Kubrick and his death at the age of 70.
Dallamano was the same as well when he
Massimo Dallamano as well.
Yeah. Kill trilogy. Yeah.
Same type of subject matter. In what have they done to Solange? What have you done to Solange? There's like this whole underground elite prostituting young women, and he strangely dies in a car accident, like, you know, like freak accident. I don't know if it's coincidence, but yeah, those a couple rabbit holes you can run down. You want to waste some time?
It's an interesting one. It's an interesting one.
Dan?
So, okay, so I went dark. I'll have to skip around some of the more grisly stuff, but this is a really obscure tale, and it's kind of shocking that more people don't talk about it. So the media reported this as possibly the most gruesome murder in the history of West Hollywood, if not Los Angeles. And this is the Blake Label case. He was a Canadian comic book creator, graphic novelist, and later turned film director. He was born to these two elite Canadian families. His dad was Lorne Dixon, a Toronto real estate mogul. His mom, Eleanor, was the Alros Products heiress. So came from a lot of money. Now, he, in 2010, because a lot of this mirrors what ends up tragically happening. In 2010, Blake has a graphic novel that comes out called Syndrome. And the story features this sadistic doctor and his relationship with a serial killer that he's studying. In the graphic novel, the killer's method of murder is hanging his victim upside down by their ankles and slicing their throat to drain their blood. Now, Blake himself at the time said of the book, it is a story of obsession on a number of levels as experienced by four characters who all come from different worlds and yet find themselves embroiled in this giant, impeccably simulated environment. It's the ultimate backstory in that sense. Now, we'll circle back to this because this all kind of mirrors what happens. But around the same time, Blake managed to buy his way into the Hollywood system. He worked as an intern and a crew member on different projects, including Jim Jeffries' effects comedy Legit, and a movie that, quite frankly, you have to see if you're interested in this, because this is he did a sex comedy called Bald. Which,
I'm sorry.
Well, it gets dark. So Bald is a sex comedy about a man who is obsessed with losing his hair and thinks if he can just grow his hair back, he can get all the ladies. Diamond Dallas Page is in this. Jonathan Cherry, Sally Kirkland. This is a movie that exists. Now, believe me, this is going to get kind of fucked up, but it's going to get really fucked up. So the movie's very strange, I'll just say, to say the least. And it does mirror what happens. During this time, Blake was spending money recklessly, trying to convince people that he was this big Hollywood player. He inherited millions from his mother, Eleanor, when she died, but he just was blowing through it. And this caused his wife, Amanda, to leave him. And none of his projects were financially successful. And he starts going down a pretty dark rabbit hole, becoming really obsessed with murder and death, a lot of things that he kind of tackles in his stories. One of his last failed pitches in Hollywood was called Psychopomp. And this was a story about a caped vigilante who cuts the heads off villains and uploads his kills to YouTube. People who read this script were quoted as saying, it was dreadful in every way possible. It was compared to a bad ripoff of Batman, where Batman is violent, psychotic, stupid, sadistic, and highly unlikable. Now,
the Batman and Zack Snyder's movies. No, I'm just keep going.
So while he was still with his wife Amanda, he started dating Ayana Kassian, a Ukrainian woman who had just immigrated to America to work as a model in 2014. And the following year, she became engaged to Blake, gave birth to their daughter Diana in 2016. And so only 3 weeks after giving birth, Ayana's mom made multiple attempts to see her daughter at the couple's apartment. One time even seeing Blake close the blinds, like see her and just, back away and close the blinds. And on May 26, 2016, the LAPD found her body lying in bed with Blake at her side. Now, this is where it kind of gets pretty dark. Yeah. According to the autopsy reports, Cassian's. I'm going to go, kind of just talk about what I can here, but her entire scalp was gone. Going back to this sex comedy, which if you watch it, it gives you much more of a window into this because I'm not giving all the details. It had been stripped down to the surface of the bone. Portions of the right side of her face were torn away, including her right ear, part of her face. There was human bite marks all over. A little bit before the murder of Cassian, she had bailed Blake out of jail for a sexual assault of another secret relationship he was carrying on. There's a lot with this particular lady, and I think some of it's kind of alleged. So you can go, like I said, you can follow the rabbit hole yourself there. Jim Jeffries detailed his experiences with Blake on the investigation discovery series Death by Fame, Season 2, Episode 3, Scripting a Murder. And paraphrasing Jim Jeffries, the comedian, said he was a creepy fucking bastard. It was the most heinous murder in LA history, something as horrific as anything Jeffrey Dahmer ever did. And yet nobody has heard of the case. Nobody cares about him. A true fucking loser to the end. Now, there was no drugs found in his system.
That's what I was going to ask. Was there like some extreme fucking psychedelics
Nothing
involved?
He had a minimal amount of marijuana. Nothing was found. Her body was
Stay away from that shit.
Was clean. It was drained of the blood. Again, this Syndrome graphic novel, which is hard to get a hold of now. You see a lot of this obsession, the scalping with Bald, which is, again, just a goofy sex comedy that is made by this heinous murderer. And yeah, this is a pretty wild case. And what she actually went through is pretty brutal. Like I said, I'm kind of skipping over some of the nastier things that happened with the murder, but not a lot of people are aware of this. There are some documentaries on YouTube about it, some different true crime reports.
How old was this guy? You know?
He was young, in his 30s, I believe. He was just one of these people. I've known people that, just kind of buy their way into Hollywood. They kind of have enough money to give the perception that they're actually getting some headway. I mean, the reality is he made one sex comedy that nobody saw and some comic books that he struggled to sell.
Yeah, I'm curious on his backstory, like what the hell he went through.
There's some weird stuff, again, allegedly, with the dad who never showed up at his trial. Fortunately, he's life without possibility of parole. But yeah, nothing, no drugs. Like, he was laying in bed with her, like she was drained of blood. Like I said, scalped. He ate some of her. I mean, it was very fucked up. And if you go down the rabbit hole on some of these different documentaries and YouTube videos, it's a crazy case. And this movie, again, when you watch it, and Syndrome, the graphic novel, is harder to get a hold of, you see a window into an actual killer. It's weird. Maybe the only sex comedy that I'm aware of that was directed by, a heinous psychopath murderer.
Yeah.
I think but yeah, no, like I said, it was the murder was just so fucking gruesome what she went through, and nobody really talks about this one. It was in the news.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, one
I watched tons of true crime. Never heard of that one.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah. Very sad too. I mean, the mom visited the house several times. Could tell something was wrong. Thank God she had their baby, so the baby's fine. Can't imagine growing up and finding out about all that. But there's more to it. It's a really interesting case. I do recommend you true crime junkies to look up Blake Label. And I know Bald is, I think, on some free streaming service. If you find Syndrome, that's a collector's item because, yeah, it's going to run you a pretty penny. But those two things give you a window into the mind of a killer. So
Dan,
that's my rabbit.
Dan, do you consider Animal House to be a sex comedy?
Yes, wait for that.
Just saying.
Yes. He didn't scalp anybody, though.
Decapitated a child.
Yeah, decapitated, yeah.
Yes.
The ultimate scalp.
Yeah. Yeah, I was waiting. I was like, okay, Lauren's going to make a Landis joke. It's
if he wasn't, I was going to.
But yeah, no, enjoy the story. This is one that's pretty crazy. I don't know why it's not better known, and there's a lot of mystery surrounding like the dad and everything. There's some hints that he may not have been the nicest human being himself. So yeah, but R.I.P. It's a terrible story. I brought the mood down.
I think that's it.
Well, I think we got some Cat 3 adjacent films to talk.
Okay, well,
bring it down even more.
Give me a moment.
Darren, was that the boogeyman?
No, Dirk. That's just a guy who's watched too many softcore European exploitation movies.
I don't suppose those were silver bullets?
You really think that matters? Seems daft to me.
Jesus, looks like that dead beaver raided Dan's closet.
Hey, look, Jessica's back.
Bloody hell, I guess it does matter whether the bullets are silver or not.
I told you. Jessica, look out. Dan's a werewolf now, and he's going to try to eat you.
That's not exactly a new development.
Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
You have no idea how hard it is to have a cliffhanger at the end of every 1 minute segment.
Dan is going through some transition.
He's got some more to do.
Yeah?
He's got some more to do.
Whole new weird Dan.
Growing hair in different places, voices changing.
It's only a little more hair.
Little bit. So I mean, we're going to talk a couple films that they're. So first thing I should get out of the way, these are not Cat 3 films, and a lot of people. I won't rehash all of the Cat 3 classification, but Cat 3 was Hong Kong films for ages 18 plus. The first actual Category 3 film was Men Behind the Sun, which we could get really fucked up with that down the line, if we want to.
I'm curious though. Did that come out at the same exact time as the Nasties or after the Nasty list? Like, do you know?
No, Cat 3 was later.
It was later? Okay.
Yeah, Cat 3 was much later. These are not Cat 3 films. That rating didn't exist until 1988, when the previous censorship system was replaced. So yeah, just a little bit of background. I always say Cat 3 adjacent because there's a lot of stuff that kind of falls under that's not actually Cat 3, but so we're going to talk a couple films. The first one from 1982 and director Keith Lee. We got Centipede Horror. That's
what Keith Lee's been doing.
Yeah, that's why he's been
Sorry, I couldn't help it.
Vomiting centipedes is So, what should have been a seal of protection turns into a gateway for hordes of flesh-eating centipedes when Y gives a mysterious family necklace to his sister to keep it safe while traveling in Southeast Asia. By chance, this very heirloom catches the eye of a malicious street food peddler who targets the family with all the fury in his soul. Squirm, shiver, and grab your nearest barf bag, because centipede horror is not for the weak of stomach. So, who actually watched it? I know Lorne and I have seen this, and I know, I know these movies are an ask.
I've seen a little bit.
I've seen it, yeah.
I started watching, but I'd worked 12. I've been working 12s all week, so I fell asleep. I'm curious though, like, are the pig deaths in both films the same fucking pig deaths?
Mm-hmm.
I think they just killed a lot of pigs.
I mean, it looked similar. It looked similar. Like the same shit was going on. Like they reused the footage in the next film. I don't know, but
one of these movies I like more than the other. I do enjoy both of them because there's one, the second film, not to spoil,
right,
that I would recommend a lot of people check out. I'm a big fan of black magic films from Hong Kong and just black magic films in general. Yes, Boxer's Omen, a lot of the Shaw Brothers horror stuff that was made. I talk about this a lot, but I am an aficionado for these films. And so centipede horror, though, real centipedes, this is something that would never be made today. I don't know how they got the actress to have them in her mouth, because goddamn, I don't think I could do it.
It's not like one centipede in one mouth.
No.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. This is the type of movie that, I mean, it could give you a panic attack just based on again, centipedes, like I'm not, something about them in particular. They're gross. I've never had a fear of them per se, but would not want them crawling on me.
No.
And
you don't want to swallow them half down your throat and then regurgitate them on camera?
No, would not want to do that.
And
someone apparently did.
I mean, they kill you, right? Some of them, like certain types.
Yeah, I know there's some, like, I don't know, Southeast Asia. There's a lot of racism in these movies because it's always like Southeast Asia. That's where everybody's backwards and doing this awful shit. But yeah, I mean the scorpions in this. It's it's a hell of a story. Lorne, I'm curious because I know you're a fan. How did you discover Centipede Horror?
So I want to point out it's no longer available, but Jay the Stingray and I did a commentary on this that was part of the old first season of Region Free's Patreon, which obviously we don't do a Patreon anymore, but so we should probably try and figure out a way to dig that out for people. But so back in the tape trading VHS days, which I placed like 19 for myself from about 88 to about 2000, probably to the very end of it. The different sellers would have little catalogs that they would Xerox off at their local Kinkos, right? And it'd be like the title of the film with like a 1-sentence description. And I remember the specific one of my dealers had the one-line description of Centipede Horrors was, want to watch a girl vomit up centipedes? This is your movie.
I would have gone reanimated undead chickens fighting a sorcerer.
Well, that's later, though. I mean,
that's true.
To be fair with this one, I think maybe it's easy to oversell this one because a lot of this movie is a regular movie, and then there's shit that's just not regular.
This one's slower, though, right?
Yes,
like, it is.
Then red spells red. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I would say like this is a film that would be challenging for people to watch because of the extreme scenes, but they'd get through it. I think a general audience would still get through this movie. But yeah, I read that one-line description in that catalog, and I immediately made arrangements for the next showing that the guy was going to be at the screening, that he'd have a copy for me. And I used to buy, I think the tapes were $10 a pop if you bought 5 or more. Otherwise, they were $12 a pop. That was my deal. That was my drug deal, if you will. So I always bought them in 5s, right? Because it didn't make sense. And so I bought this with a bunch of stuff. He'd just gotten a bunch of Asian stuff. And so I think it's so weird because it was a very different time for home video.
Yeah.
If you wanted an uncut version of Hard Boiled, you couldn't get that from the regular video store. They'd have Hard Boiled, but it wouldn't be the uncut version with all the. You used to not be able to shoot people in the head in America and get an R rating. So I mean, he'd gotten a bunch of that. That was that same purchase. I remember being where I also saw Hard Boiled for the first time. So.
Yeah, no, I remember the gray market days. That's how I had Hard Boiled as well.
Right.
And this is one, like I said, I'm a bigger fan of Red Spells Red. But just going back, like Animal Attacks movies, like back in the day, where it's like you're actually this is actually happening in camera. And when the undead chickens come to life. Turned into fireballs, like it's so much creativity with the special effects, and I love these movies. Now again, you've seen Fear Factor out there, so you've seen bugs in people's mouths and everything, so it may not be as bad as you think, but yeah, man. Error 4444. Yeah. Their website, they're putting out a lot of cult Asian horror and exploitation on their website. A lot of people aren't aware of them. They're one that doesn't get thrown around a lot, but there's a lot of good shit up there right now. This is not the worst of it. Red to Kill obviously is that's a rough one. Yeah, it's a tough one. So yeah, check that out. Now, I'm going to probably talk a little bit more about Red Spells Red.
Dan, can I just mention this one first?
Oh, yeah,
so I did see it.
Sorry, my
it
bad.
was, and I probably did the wrong thing because I watched this after Red Spells Red. So I was expecting like this really crazy, this is pretty much like a basic story. I did have problems because I don't find Centipedes menacing at all. And I found this one was kind of slow.
Yeah.
I didn't hate it, but I didn't like it as well. Okay. The ending conclusion was bizarre, if anything. I won't mention what it is, but it's just bizarre with the snake and all that. But no, this is just not my thing. But I surprisingly like the other one, so.
I think the other one, I think it's going to be more accessible for a lot of people. Just as nasty in its own way, but
way nastier.
Yeah,
way nastier.
Yeah, you got people biting black cocks and shit, and ripping them off, and eating the guts out of them and shit. And
they're also eating chickens.
Yeah.
Damn, you had that one fired up, Warren.
Oh.
I always have that. That's always available.
So, from 1983, our next film, which I should say, this is from screenwriter Amy Chan Sweat Ming, who did both of these. And Red Spells Red, it follows all murder by tree, machete slashing, suicide-inducing possessions, and scorpion swarming mayhem is unleashed when a documentary film crew from the city plunges deep into the heart of native native-controlled jungles to investigate a local black magic legend. But some legends are better left to the imagination. The longer crew spends in the jungle, the more apparent it becomes that one beautiful member among them has been afflicted by a deadly curse that causes all those around her to die in horrific ways, including death by scorpions.
I gotta say, they got her wet throughout the whole film.
Yep.
They just kept her ass drenched, like
I wonder why.
wearing all
That's
white,
a good.
all white, no bra. Yeah, just keep her wet and white.
Oh, she goes through it in this movie.
Oh yeah, a lot of the actors do.
Yeah,
She understood the assignment.
she did. Like, so this one does have. This one is fucked up. There's a lot of animal stuff, obviously, but this is an assault on the senses. Like, if you're a fan of Evil Dead, you gotta watch it.
I was getting Evil Dead vibes, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch it, Sam?
Oh,
Red Spells Red, yeah.
We watched it.
We watched it earlier today.
Yeah, the PETA approved movie. Yes.
And you never saw it before. So.
No. Unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to see Centipede Horror because when I saw Centipede Horror, I thought we were talking about
like
a genre, like a subgenre of centipedes in horror movies. So I didn't even get to that, but that's fine. I wouldn't have understood the assignment regardless. So,
you picked the right one anyway to miss.
Absolutely.
yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I like Red Spells Red, kind of as a.
It's like Power Rangers in hell.
Yeah,
it's hard to say you like the movie because of what goes on with the animal violence, but
yes,
it's
so.
Right there.
What I thought was interesting, like, there's not really a lot of accessible information out there, being such kind of an obscure film.
Oh yeah.
But I remember that one part where the guy's picking her up in the water, and then just like drops her or she falls over or whatever, and I was just like, there's no stunt coordinator on this, is there? They're just shoot fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And
tuck your chin.
What this whole movie feels like. It's just a shoot. Like you're killing the animals, you're actually biting the chickens and eating them, and it's like, okay, that's something that's happening. But actually there was a stunt coordinator, just I don't know where they were.
There was one part
out with Rust's gun control girl.
Oh, yeah, I was about to make that Rust joke. Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
That one part where they're saying you can do trial marriages here and you won't get herpes.
I
was like, what the fuck?
That's because y'all didn't know what it was called yet. No.
Herpes-free guarantee.
Yes.
One of the funniest parts of the movie though is when they're out by they're having the chicken fight.
The cockfight, yeah.
Yeah, and like Stella, like they sense Stella's evil presence because she's got the curse of the scorpions all over her. Look at that big black cock.
Mm-hmm.
And then it starts doing like the dramatic music, like the chickens looking at her and her looking at the chickens.
Yeah,
that was honestly the best part of the movie for me. It was like the Pexorcist.
I liked when he cut his son's arm off to save him.
Oh my god! I
died.
I was like, can you not hit it with the flat side of the blade?
Like, I saved you, ha!
I know. Again, this is just like, I mean, we'll get there, but this is like fucking Dracula and his laser vision in Monster Squad.
What did he say? I had to cut his arm off, or he would have died
from the poison
venom or whatever.
But
I know, but it's like, I don't think the scorpion had stung him yet, man.
Right.
It's Wait until he stings me.
He was the master of the longhouse. So I was like, oh, he's a typical politician. Where it's like, yeah, what I say goes. Like, oh yeah, the people want this. The people want the sacrifice. The people want this.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, the guy gets attacked by possessed film reel.
Oh yeah, Steven.
Yeah.
I was waiting for more for Steven, like Asian Steven Spielberg.
It's a great movie.
Yeah, he did.
I would go as far to say if you're a cult movie fan and you haven't seen Red Spells Red, you're failing. Like, you have to see this. It's insane. And that when she's strapped to the water wheel.
I was like, that's not. There's no stunt double.
No.
There's no
that's
stunt
not
double.
safe.
He's going down and coming back up, and
yeah.
So it's a red dwarf sorcerer, right? Is that
who doesn't really show up anywhere? He's just kind of sort of there in the beginning. That's it.
Yeah.
It's almost like a mishmash of like everything that was popular before, or like you could argue that fact. Cannibal Holocaust obviously is a big influence. But I thought the special effects and all that for the time were really good. It's entertaining, even though it's got all that bad shit. Man, I think it's actually arguably worse than Cannibal Holocaust for the animal violence, because
when that dude starts eating that
chicken,
just rips it apart alive and just
alive.
The opening to this I found interesting. It gave me kind of a Lambert Bava Nostradamus film within a film at the beginning of Demons. So yeah, and this obviously was 2 years before, but I don't know whether I'd go back to it again, but I certainly, I don't think I wasted my time by watching it.
No,
it's a film that understood like why people go to the cinema, right? Like, if you can disagree with what it was selling all you want, but it didn't cut any fucking corners. And it didn't worry about
like cut safety corners, maybe.
I don't think it had corners in the budget.
No, I don't think so. But I think it's like one of those things like it wasn't a matter of are we worried about offending anyone? It was like, are we not offending anyone enough?
Yes.
The whole selling point of this movie was how far we could push people into a corner.
True.
And it's in a way, it's kind of like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, right? Or the original Frankenstein, in that for their times, these movies, or at The Exorcist, for their times, these movies went as far as you possibly could inside that narrative. And it's nowhere near as good as any of those other films I just mentioned, by the way. But it has that same sensibility of, if we're going to make this thing, we're going to make this thing. And if you're offended by it, well, you were never our audience anyway. And if you aren't offended by it, then we didn't succeed anyway, because we're going to go all above and beyond. You can't watch the animal violence in this film in the same the pig slaughter is rougher than something like in Slaughterhouse, whereas you see an actual slaughterhouse, right? Or in Jean Rollon's Fascination, whereas you see a slaughterhouse, but that seems sanitized compared to what's happening in this movie.
It was a Noah's Ark of murder.
It really is. And although it doesn't do it for any artistic purpose whatsoever, this is pure exploitation, which is why it kind of feels like pornography. But by the same rate, that's why we pushed play.
Yeah, no, and it's I mean, it doesn't hit you in the same way that like a Cannibal Holocaust is. The tone, obviously, this movie's insane. Like, obviously, hey, it's a long time ago. I certainly am glad we're past real animal violence in a movie. There's no reason for that. But what a nothing like this. Nothing. You can't rip this off now. There's not 20 knockoffs of this coming out every week. It's a period of film insanity that will never be duplicated, nor should it. I mean, because you brought up the safety stuff with the actress. I can't even imagine the wheel scene if there were a behind the scenes on that.
That is exactly what it looked like.
Right.
But that's the whole thing. It's like, unlike most of you, I don't hate Green Inferno, right? I don't hate the movie. I saw it in theaters. I've never revisited it. It was fine. But it kind of doesn't need to exist simply because you're not willing to actually, it's like you create this great math problem, but you don't dare solve it. That's kind of how I feel. It's not blue balls, perhaps, but it's damn close. Whereas like this exists. Just let this fill the niche forever. Let Cannibal Holocaust fill the niche forever. We don't need more of it. It's a moment in film history. It's gonna affect you, which is not true of everything you're gonna watch in the genre this year. Some of the shit you're gonna forget that you even watched a week later. This ain't that.
Yeah. And once again, error 4444.
Yep.
Check out their website. They're all press discs as far as I've seen. and they've got some really good stuff out of Asia. Some you've heard of, some you haven't, but
very abrupt ending.
Oh yeah,
like I'm like, huh? What happened?
What was a better Exorcist believer, as Sam said?
Dirk clearly wanted more.
Did he become the devil? What happened?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I mean it's I mean, you're gonna lock in when you put it on. I'll just say that. So you're like,
it's one to experience with a group of people if you can.
Right. Yeah.
As long as they know what they're getting into with, you know.
You see,
Yeah,
I was going to say,
eat after you watch.
Yeah, get your church group together for this one.
Yeah, exactly.
Bring some Popeyes, just something nice and light.
Right.
Some nice ham dinner.
Yeah, exactly.
Stone, honey,
Yes, darling.
what's going to happen once this season of Region Free is over?
What do you mean?
I mean, will you stay here in the Waldemar with me? Or are you going to want to leave?
Stay in Patterson? Nah, no way. I came up here to do the show as a favor to Lorne. I'll finish out the season out of respect for his memory. But after that, I'm headed back down south.
I figured. Men never stay. Not by choice, anyway.
Ah, it ain't like that, Mary Doll.
Who the fuck is Mary Doll? My fucking name is Miss Catherine. Stone, baby, you ain't ever leaving here. You're here for eternity.
Oh. got you locked in there.
Yeah.
Lauren, maybe the next season we have to look into like a Cat 3 version of all of us.
You think? Somehow I think that could be some desperately appropriate cultural appropriation.
Black magic, yeah.
Well, I mean, Darren, you're from the UK for a long time, a colony. I'm cool with it.
There you go. Blame Darren.
Exactly. It's easy.
You get to be the villain next year, Darren.
There you go.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
So, who's running this thing?
Yeah, exactly. So what's our next movie we're talking about?
I don't know, Chris. What is it?
I don't know.
So are we doing Dekker?
This was the whole reason you came on.
I know, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if we're going. I don't know if there's any topics left. So yeah,
Monster Squad.
Night of the Creeps.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. Monster Squad, Night of the Creeps.
RoboCop 3.
Yeah, that's true.
RoboCop 3. Yeah.
No.
And The Predator.
That is true.
He co-wrote The Predator with Shane Black, who of course they co-wrote they co-wrote Monster Squad together.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I had a great time seeing Night of the Creeps. I had never seen it before.
Yes, really?
Really?
I know. Put your eyes back in your head, Dan. I know.
We like banshees. Yeah.
Dude, that is like, it was like the meme where it's like, you can be cool, but you'll never be blank cool. And it's like, you can be cool, but you'll never be Tom Atkins in a white suit on a beach.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like amazed. Honestly, this is the most Tom Atkinsy thing I've ever seen in my life.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful.
Thrill me.
Yes.
Exactly. Thrill me.
His best role, I think. And I've seen most of them.
Yeah, but unlike the John Carpenter movies he did, he isn't the ladies' man in this. He doesn't really.
Well, he kind of is. It's just the woman's dead.
Exactly.
Oh well, yeah.
I don't know. He gets it
There's
in.
and the grandmother's out, and then
He gets it in pretty much all the time. The Fog and Halloween 3. I mean,
Oh yeah.
He's got some great lines in this. What is this? A homicide or a bad B movie? It's very
both of these films are just so quotable.
Oh, they are.
Oh yeah. Totally.
So I saw this back when it first came out on VHS, like 86, 87. And it was always the one you had to put your name on a list. You had to wait like a week or two, because everyone was ranking the hell out of it. And then I completely forgot about it for 20 years. It didn't come out on DVD, Blu-ray for another 20 years. And and there was a big controversy over the cover and all that shit with that. But just then I started to remember about what I really liked in this film. And it blends, it's got that kind of, it can blend comedy and horror together, like American Werewolf in London, Return of the Living Dead. It just seemed to do it perfectly. Definitely influenced by Cronenberg's Shivers. And you buy that friendship of Jason Lively and the Steve Marshall character. Just, you know, you've got a cameo from Robert Kerman from Cannibal Holocaust. He shows up at one point. Dick Miller.
Debbie does Dallas. Robert Kerman. Yeah.
I don't know what happened with Fred Dekker, why these two films didn't, like, why his career didn't take off pretty much.
Because they didn't make money.
They didn't. They were both released by TriStar Pictures. This is before they merged with Columbia. Night of the Creeps came out. Well, another issue is that they weren't released around Halloween, which is, I think, the ideal time. I just don't think that TriStar was able to get the dates for both of these movies because they both came out in August. You know,
Lost Boys killed Monster Squad. That was
yeah.
Yeah, I saw this on HBO. Like, must have been right after. I mean, as soon as it hit HBO,
I was supposed to see Night of the Creeps in the theater, and my ride bailed on me. And I was no big deal. Next week, there was no next week. It was out of here.
Oh shit!
Okay. I mean, I used to open up the newspaper and I'd look at the entertainment section. There'd be all the ads that the distributors actually were, but like paying for through the local theaters, and there'd be the movie poster and then a block on the bottom with all the theaters playing the movie. And the first week for Night of the Creeps, and I have the clippings still somewhere in that book that I sometimes drag out and force people to see. The first week it was like there was a big block there, and the Lowe's and the AMC's, they all had it. And the second week is like there's 3 theaters in the tri-state area that have it.
Yeah, it was basically non-existent for most people, and I mean that was the thing. Like Fred Dekker for years, I mean, he didn't realize really until like 2006 that there was a fan base, because these movies just they failed pretty miserably. I remember growing up, they'd always bring them up. I'm like, have you, because everybody would talk Goonies or something, and nothing against the Goonies, but I'm like, have you seen Monster Squad?
Right.
Have you seen Night of the Creeps?
Yeah.
And I'm like, these movies are fucking awesome. And even I, for a while, I just thought like this was the secret, these secret movies that only I knew about. I was a little more aware because of Fangoria, but still, like, I never came across people. And who would have thought, like, at the video store, these things it was a huge part of people's childhood. And I'll talk a little bit more about that with Monster Squad because there's the doc and everything, but these movies are great. It's a shame.
I got Grayson to watch Night of the Creeps, man, and he loved it. He was kind of skeptical. I was like, I promise you, you're gonna love this. You're gonna love this. You like Monster Squad? You're gonna like Night of the Creeps.
Yeah,
that's true.
I love Night of the Creeps a lot more than I love Monster Squad, which might seem weird because the classic monster connection. But the thing I love about, and this is gonna sound weird to everyone, but the thing I love most about Night of the Creeps is kind of what I love about Rocky Horror. The love of the genre's past is so vibrant. Everything from the murder of the girlfriend in the convertible, which is
black and white,
straight out.
Oh, it felt so like
Night
that.
of Terror.
Movies,
It's right out of the movie Night of Terror. I mean, it's almost frame per frame recreation. To the whole like 50s feel of the film. It feels like a 50s alien invasion movie that happens to take place in the 80s. But I love when films transpose one time period to another, not in substance, but in spirit. For instance, the same thing is true of Twin Peaks. It feels like the 1950s often, right? With the diner, the music, the setting,
all that shit.
And so I love in Night of the Creeps how it feels a little bit classier than it really is. Because if you think about it, like the end of the movie with the zombies getting hacked up with the lawnmower, Dead Alive was like a couple years later, but kind of the same thing, but they don't feel the same at all. One of them feels classier, and like I'd say it, but like it feels like it's going to endure for a century of fans. I don't know how you top something that the main appeal is that it feels great. You know, you can top a special effect. You can top a body count. You can't top all the stuff that the movie does right, like the sequence where you know, I hunted down like the guy. I hunted down the guy and I buried him in the empty field, but that's now of the house mother's cottage. And then we cut to her, and it's a very Poe-esque sequence of a knock on the floor turns out to be, you know, the reincarnated zombie with the axe coming through the floor. That stuff just to me feels like easy comics. It feels like Edgar Allan Poe. It feels classier than the horror movies of the time, and I fucking love it. I wish Monster Squad did a little bit more of that for me, because it doesn't really evoke the 30s monsters really directly.
Well, they couldn't legally.
Yeah,
I don't mean just an appearance.
Yeah,
it's a different thing, and it just is not quite as robust for me. That said, I love Monster Squad. It's just if I had to pick between the two of them, it wouldn't take a heartbeat for me to make my decision.
No, I mean, also, I have a better appreciation for Monster Squad, I would say, than the first time I saw it, because first time it was just kind of not for me. I think it maybe wasn't hitting because it was a little, maybe I thought it was probably just too comedic, right? I didn't really know what to expect going in. The second time seeing it, it's more of like this playful celebration of how much we love monsters. And I was able to like really, I was able to connect with that a lot more. I have to say though, there is a little part at the beginning where you see some armadillos at the, at the beginning of Monster Squad, which is a nod to the original Dracula with the exotic animals. I think there's some possums in there too. What you were saying with the Night of the Creeps, though, I wanted to mention something cool that I thought was, we've got the UFO kind of feel in the beginning and the 50s setting. But at the same time, we also have an axe murderer who comes back as a zombie in the 80s. And I thought that was such like a beautiful, like a meeting of the minds kind of thing. Like, one part of history giving way to another part of history. Like I cannot believe I waited so long to see Night of the Creeps. It's so fucking good.
It moves pretty good. I mean, I remember seeing it late night on HBO. They played it quite a bit back in the day.
Yeah, that's how a lot of people found this one.
Because that line would be on the commercial though. From Tom Atkins, girls, your dates are here.
Bad news, they're all dead. Yeah.
Didn't you guys in America have like sorry?
Oh no, you're fine.
Oh, okay. You had like an alternative ending, didn't you, with like the zombie dog in it when it was shown on American TV?
Yes.
Yeah.
That I prefer that ending to the the original.
I will tell you that just because the UFO over the graveyard ending looks incomplete to me, it doesn't look finished. But yeah, I agree with you. Thematically, I love that ending. I love the idea of the alien showing up because that's the whole point to me is to reflect cinema of the past. So I should like that more, but it's not a finished sequence. So please, give me the zombie dog any day.
Yeah.
I wish that Universal had recognized the passion that Fred Dekker had for the Universal monsters, because they passed on it. But what's funny is that after the film came out, they picked up international distribution. Ironically enough,
they were trying to get John Carpenter to make a Creature from the Black Lagoon movie at the same time.
Interesting. Yeah, because I mean, the designs would have been, well, Universal. They probably would have made them as close as possible to the originals. What's also interesting, I found out this latest viewing, is that Dracula was almost played by Liam Neeson. They were very close.
I could actually see that though, based on who they did choose for Dracula. I was like, yeah, no, I could see Liam Neeson for sure.
That it was super close. It was super close, but ultimately, I'm kind of glad because Liam Neeson did a movie that year for TriStar called Suspect, starring Cher and Dennis Quaid, which is a courtroom thriller. I love that movie. I do, because Liam Neeson, he plays a deaf and dumb Vietnam veteran. He doesn't have one word of dialogue in the entire movie.
Is that the one with it's like a courtroom drama as well?
Yes, it's a courtroom thriller. Yeah, where he's accused of murdering a Justice Department secretary in D.C. for $9. And everything, and it's very underrated. Really good movie, but yeah, I mean, Monster Squad and Night of the Creeps, a perfect double feature. They are perfect Halloween movies to watch, and it's kind of a shame here again that Fred Dekker didn't do anything else. You know, the irony of ironies is that RoboCop 3 is the only one of his 3 films to actually make money. It made $47 million on a $21 million budget. So RoboCop 3 wasn't entirely a bomb. I don't hate it, but I kind of feel if Peter Weller had done RoboCop 3, I think I probably would like it better than 2, believe it or not.
Oh no.
I don't know. Weller had
they dumbed it down. They dumbed it down. Yeah.
The PG-13 dictate from the studio did not help that movie.
Right.
The abandonment of satire for like direct politics does not help that movie. It's a preachy movie. It's a preachy movie. Also, they couldn't land the Karen Allen character's death properly.
Oh, Nancy Allen.
Nancy Allen. Sorry. That's a big fucking problem.
Yes, very true.
It could be a big moment. It's an empty moment. RoboCop flying. I'll leave that where it is.
I gotta say though, for me, the bathroom scene is great suspense, cringe, like you're like cringing, like what the shit. You know, I'm sitting there watching with my 9-year-old son, and he's like freaking out on that scene because like he's trying to figure out the matches. He's handicapped, but he's smart. He figures out that the fire kills it or whatever. But and then he leaves a recording. I mean, I don't know, all that.
That's it, man. Listening to the recording, man.
Yeah.
That's the scene at the core of that movie.
Right.
Yeah. Listening to your best friend who's dead giving you a message.
Brain's finally just going away, you know.
It's a classic fucking moment. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. But again, that's kind of the case of M. Valdemar. Like, I know it sounds weird, but Poe and EC Comics hang so heavy over Night of the Creeps.
Well, especially like the zombie design, I felt like it was very EC Comics.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I wish we had more
especially the axe murder, right?
Yeah.
I wish we had a generation of actually, I'm going to revise what I was about to say because it's not right. I wish we had something like EC Comics today so that there would be a new generation to grow into a common source material in the way that an entire generation, whether it's Fred Dekker or Joe Dante, they obviously the EC Comics tradition is so strong with these guys. You can feel it and sense it on the page. Or even George Romero in the obviously Creepshow. But even Night of the Living Dead, I mean, I don't think a lot of these guys would have existed without EC Comics. But we don't have the analog today.
Yeah.
So we have YouTubers who are making films about the liminal spaces, and the relationship's gone really, really, really bad, and that's admirable. But they don't have a common language to work from. I think that's the hurdle. And I don't want to overplay EC Comics because you could just as easily say Robert Wise's The Haunting is the gold standard for haunted house movies, right? Like, can you get The Shining without The Haunting? I don't think you can. But there isn't that common language and everything as we're so segmented. Everyone's clicking on different thumbnails, whether it's online or on Netflix, and those people are growing up as artists on whatever they were driven to, not a commonality. There was that kind of UHF middle of the day creature feature, which affected my generation so deeply. There's nothing like that today.
No.
And I think we're catching up to that.
Oh yeah, totally. Mm-hmm.
Dirk, what did your son think of Monster Squad?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he loves it, man. He had already seen Monster Squad, and
okay.
That's how I talked him into Night of the Creeps.
Right, Monster Squad. For me, I didn't get to watch it until that 20 years later. I didn't watch it first time round because there was like a big thing with the UK release, VHS release had like a different song at the end. We don't get that rap. But my son, right, and he's not a film person at all. But when this came out, he was 10, and we sat there and we watched this. We quoted it to each other, and we had that father-son really quality time moment.
Yeah.
He never watches films really,
right?
But he loved it. And,
now, Grayson's watching quite a bit now, like films, and he watches them all the way through, man. Like, and he comes to me, he wants to watch something like he wants to watch westerns, just all kind of stuff, you know. Like
that's awesome.
You're lucky, man. You're lucky.
Yeah, man.
That's funny.
Controversial question. Would any of you be open to a sequel or remake of Monster Squad? And what I mean by sequel is have the kids be the parents. No, not at all.
No,
I don't. Yeah, I don't. I think you'd lose a lot of the magic.
You would, because the thing about the Monster Squad is very much like it's the reason kids love it is because it's the plot hinges around the kids. You can really trust the kids. Parents have no idea what's going on. So if you have the parents know what's going on, it kind of loses that magic of like, oh, trust the kids, trust children.
The thing is, it would be like I think it would be a disaster to try and remake it or even do a sequel to it. Mm-hmm. If you try to remake it, kids today don't give a flying fuck about the Universal monsters as history.
Oh,
I'm sorry, I hate to say it.
I don't.
They care about TikTok videos. That's the
their Universal monsters are creepy pastas. So if you wanted to try to make a sequel where it was the parents, our original kids all grown up and now they're the parents, they still have to save the day because their kids are going to be too disconnected to really care.
No, you mentioned that too. I could see Jeff the Killer? I could see that movie coming out pretty soon.
It's gonna be that soon too.
You know what's wild with this movie too? Like the director, he said the first draft, it had this opening scene with Van Helsing and an army on horseback and zeppelins attacking Dracula's castle. Found out quick, like if they shot that, it would cost more than the entire movie. But,
That's like anything Dan Aykroyd writes a script.
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly, there's supposed to be a novelization that's been in the works for a long time. That's supposed to come back with some of that original stuff in it, which I think would be really cool. This movie's like a sure thing. Like for almost everybody, and I've not gotten my nieces or nephews to watch almost anything, but I did get them to watch Monster Squad, and they love it. And that's rare. That's rare for something like this.
Because I mean, I tried to get him to watch Goonies, completely checked out. He didn't want to watch it.
Goonies sucks.
Monster Squad, it's like glued to it.
What is good about Goonies? I know everyone's shaking their head. Give me one
nostalgia
good
for people. That's all it
is. Nostalgia probably for me.
It's not a good film. It's not.
I don't know. It's so funny. It's funny with the Throw Mama from the Train woman.
That actress.
I worry
the brothers and all that. I don't know. Sloth, all that.
Yeah.
You know what's sad about it? I worry about like kids don't have that movie. Stand By Me, one better one that I love.
Oh yeah.
Because kids don't really like just go out and roam anymore. Like there's no like adventure, just like leaving the house and coming back before dark kind of thing.
It's a different world too.
Latchkey kids.
I actually made that joke to Sam. Is back in the 80s. They had PSAs of it's certain time o'clock. You know where your children are. Because in Monster Squad, they have no idea where their 5-year-old and 12-year-old are. It's fucking midnight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That's very
They're at the movies or something.
You know, it is crazy though. It's like how little freedom kids have to like go and be independent people on their own while they're growing up, because you really need that. You know, when the bus goes and drops the kids off in the subdivision, it's at the subdivision. It's the entrance to the subdivision. Right? Oh, there are fucking cars lined up along the sidewalk, blocking the way. Let your kids get off of the bus at the entrance. They will be fine. You do not need to pick them up at the car and drive them home.
Yeah.
It's a generation trunk or treat.
I mean, I walk to school. I walk to and from school.
No?
You know.
Oh, yeah, me too.
You know, Fred Dekker really was the antidote. That he was the offshoot, actually. He was the exit from the highway. The cinema was heading straight towards, ever since George Lucas put out Star Wars and Steven Spielberg put out Jaws, right? And again, please don't be angry about these movies. You can love the movies, it's cool. But what the trajectory of cinema from there was big budget event films that no one would dislike. And when you get things like E.T. or Return of the Jedi, or if you get something like Terminator 2, or you get Jurassic Park, they're all surefire, but they got no character compared to something like Monster Squad or Night of the Creeps. It's okay if you like those movies. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot to be said for some of them that are not directed by Jim Cameron. But the real work of storytelling that's going to last is done with character and ideas and setting and emotion. And both these films do it really well. Now, that he struck out colossally with RoboCop 3 has to do with a studio that wanted some toys of an R-rated character. Didn't work. He should have said no. I get why he said yes. It fucked him.
Do you blame Fred Dekker more, or do you blame what's his name that did Sin City that co-wrote those films?
Miller.
Yeah, Miller.
Frank Miller.
I think. Yeah, I think. But the thing is, I think RoboCop 2 works as well as a RoboCop 2 was ever going to work.
Sure.
I don't. If you compare it with the original, of course, it's going to look like dog shit. But that's not fair. That is too similar to saying something like, "Hey, that Cat People remake. What do you think of it?"
There we go.
You're picking on Dirk. But you have to be very careful not to make a film for no one just because you want to make it for everyone.
Right.
Monster Squad and Night of the Creeps don't make that mistake. You know,
have any of you had the pleasure?
That's the difference between the creator versus the boardroom, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think if we read Miller's screenplay, we'd probably go, "Wow, there was a lot here." But then when you read all the studio notes that shaped it into a PG-13 film, you'd probably be like, "Yeah, there was a movie there. It ain't there no more." So, but it's just sad to me that, you know, people like Fred Dekker and a little bit loves people like, you know, Personal Lives and Accidents aside, Eric Red, who honestly cared about this genre and brought something to the table, were sidelined at a time when the industry became, again, that Terminator 2, Jurassic Park era where everything was leading to Independence Day and slick, meaningless summer entertainment. Yeah. I know everyone's getting upset because I'm bashing Jurassic Park, and I love Jurassic Park, but you can't deny the effect those movies have had, and those three filmmakers in particular were a wrecking ball that now there's no place for a Fred Dekker to work himself in the industry. Even Shane Black, who I think is a really talented screenwriter. The Nice Guys is a fucking masterpiece.
I love Nice Guys.
I love that one too.
Masterpiece.
Yeah.
So he makes The Predator and it sucks, right?
Yeah.
Do you really think that
better than the recent ones?
Yeah, well, I agree with that too. But do you really think that was his fault, or do you think it's just where Hollywood is now? Because that's what I think.
Yeah. I don't mind The Predator, actually, to be honest. I like
Come on, The Predator or Predator?
No, The Predator.
The Predator.
The Predator, yeah.
And Ghost, yeah, Goonies sucks. Just deal with it.
Yeah.
I love you guys.
It's not a Monster Squad.
No. It's no Monster
It
Squad.
sucks.
Yeah. Have
There's
any
a
of you
reason they
met?
had to rework the entire last act of the film.
I thought I was on my own with the Goonies. Like I didn't like it because everyone seemed to like it.
No,
you know, around me.
It's overrated. It's
Yeah,
overrated.
dude. I mean, I liked it enough as a kid, but like as I got older, I didn't care about watching.
Yeah, it don't translate now to.
No.
I'll gladly watch Monster Squad again all the time.
It was massive in the day back in the UK. Everyone was like, "Oh yeah, we got to go and see the Goonies," and talking about it, and it just didn't hit for me. And yeah,
Well, the Goonies weren't good enough for me.
Thank God Richard Donner rebounded with the Lethal Weapon movies because those movies are cool. But
I got to meet quite a bit of the cast. It's funny because I was never able to meet Tom Noonan, even though he was at a convention, and he was never at his table. And I was talking to Duncan Rieger, who plays Dracula, and I was like, "Is Tom going to be back at his table?" And he kind of like leans in, and he's just like, "He's mad." And I was like, "Oh, well, that sucks. What's he mad about?" And he's like, "He doesn't think his line's long enough." And he's pouting. He just told me that, and I was like, "Oh shit!" And I never got to meet him. I never got to meet Tom Noonan. So. It sucks, but I highly recommend Wolfman's Got Nards, the documentary.
The documentary.
Yeah, it's very good because you're seeing like Fred Dekker talk about it, and there are people who started their own monster squads. There's like
I was gonna say when you're a kid watching that, like the whole idea of there being like this monster club of outcast kids, you know, like.
Oh yeah, like.
But even that though, I think that's why. Like, so my thing is, I saw it as a kid, either VHS or maybe TV or something. I don't know. I saw it as a kid, and I identified so hard with it because it was other kids being ostracized by the rest of society for liking horror movies as a kid.
Yeah, exactly.
And
1000%.
I got in trouble literally for drawing monsters as a kid. I stopped drawing because of that. Yeah, so I identified really hard with this movie. That's kind of why I think stuck with me for so long. Is I identified with the characters so well.
Right.
I think anyone who ever bought an issue of Famous Monsters of Filmland or Monsterland or Monster World after, any of the Forrest Ackerman stuff. I mean, how can you not love everything that's on screen during this movie? It's kind of your dream come true. It's kind of the sequel to House of Frankenstein that we never actually got.
Yeah,
Dracula ain't it. I'm going to tell you
that. Very sad too that the actor that played
the horse,
he passed away like just 10 years later, medical malpractice. Which they talk a little bit about that in the doc too. I got to rewatch that before we did the show, and it's funny how a film like this that was a total bomb.
Horrible.
Yep.
Yeah.
Managed to create this kind of rabid fandom. I remember being like in all these forums, like, why the fuck is this not on DVD? It just like, and I think Michael Felsher's talked about this, where even he was surprised. I mean, he knew it was good. He knew it was a movie that was very, very good, but like, it was one of their top sellers when they put it out. Like, this did huge business when that first DVD was released.
DVD. Yeah, I have that one.
Yeah, it's insane. And then the Alamo Draft House tour that they went on.
I have that too. I have.
Yeah, you have the poster.
Oh, nice.
I've got the exact same.
Well, it's also signed by 3 of the actors who were there.
Yeah,
cool.
I got the same one. Yeah.
Dan, I was going to say, can you remember when just before this came out, the Dead Pit guys were on some kind of campaign to try and get these 2 films available?
I remember
and I'm sure
that.
that in some little way, maybe I'm sure that helped because there was a big buzz about it, and I think they interviewed Fred Dekker as well at that time.
He didn't really. I mean, again, he really thought that this was just a career killer. He didn't.
Yeah.
He wasn't aware of all of this. It blows my mind. I remember on the old IMDb boards talking about this, movies like this, and actually sometimes catching the eye of the filmmakers. Like, well, God, at least 20 different times, I'm not kidding, I've had this conversation. It's like, I didn't realize that my movie had any fans. Like, I get those kind of responses. Like, it didn't make me any money. I just went on to work a normal job, normal life, and I just thought that was it. So Monster Squad's probably the ultimate when it comes to that. Like, it's never, even if you think something isn't a big hit initially, that doesn't mean that it's not going to eventually find its audience. And I'm glad it did. I mean,
it was a big deal when
like Showgirls.
I mean,
exactly. I was going to say the same thing.
Oh no, I didn't say that.
Showgirls is huge.
Not a good film.
I don't know, man. It was a big thing. It was a big deal when it came out when I was a kid. To me, anyway. Maybe I just didn't realize what was going on in the box office and all that shit. But everybody, all the kids knew about this shit. Like everybody loved it. So I don't know.
I actually found out an interesting tidbit regarding Monster Squad, but because on this rewatch, I was thinking there were a couple of points where the soundtrack, the score gets a little brassy in areas, and it reminded me a lot of like Ghostbusters. So I had to go do some digging. But Bruce Brofton, who was the composer on this, he actually was inspired a lot by Elmer Bernstein, who did the score for Ghostbusters, where he's playing the horror straight, even though it is a comedy. And I was like, oh, that's super effective. And it was even to the point where after like Elmer Bernstein had done the score for The Magnificent Seven, Bruce Brofton went and did Silverado, and then that was also sort of like its own little homage to Bernstein. They actually sell those two pieces in sheet music together because they work so well together.
I can see that though, actually, yeah. Music.
I mean, on the original poster, like kind of recreation here, they kind of have reference to, if you can see it right there, to Ghostbusters.
Yeah, like, that is true.
You know who to call when you have ghosts, but who do you call when you have monsters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had the weirdest. The guy shows it in the doc where he has a poster and it's like got the mummy and it's like wanted for statutory rap. Like that was like on a billboard.
That's weird.
What the hell? That is strange for.
I mean, that movie itself was kind of weird. Like you had a 13-year-old smoking.
He killed his father, Chris.
Rudy, he killed his father.
Yeah, it is funny when you watch it because it would. I mean, obviously, it wouldn't be made now. There's fat shaming, slut shaming, slurs. Like there's a lot that would not be. Yeah, would not happen now. But the dude, when he shows this poster, I'm like, how did that get approved? Like,
that's crazy. Yeah.
It's a collector's item too, I think, if you can get that particular poster.
That reminds me. So one of my greatest regrets is not because I was able to almost bought a one-sheeter of Monster Squad poster for $50. I had $50 on me at the time.
That would have been
damn.
Now I'm guessing a few hundred, probably.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Easy.
At least, yeah.
And Kino put out the 4K, right?
Yeah, I got that. We watched that. It looked really good.
Okay.
It's a good release. That also has the Wolfman Scott Nard's doc.
Yeah, it has a doc on that too, yeah.
Such a fun movie.
It is. Oh, speaking of fun, I enjoyed Sam's joke while watching the movie about Frankenstein.
What was it? Oh, yeah, because there's that part where they're, where it's our own little last voyage of the Demeter, but we're in the air. And there's a Frankenstein in a box back there, and it says Bavaria on it. And so it's like, I guess it has to be from Bavaria, otherwise it's just sparkling homunculus. Thank you, I'll be here all night.
Yeah. Oh, also, subtlety thing is I enjoyed about this movie is one of my later rewatches as an adult. I finally noticed when Scary German Guy is talking about he's seeing real monsters. It's you see his prison tattoo from Holocaust.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Dang, we've been at it 3 hours, you guys.
Yeah.
We have.
I can't believe that.
Got a lot of topics tonight, though.
Yeah,
there was one more topic, but I think we could hold off on that one till the next episode.
I don't even know what was the other topic.
I think I didn't write it down.
Horror movies based on true stories.
Oh, okay. I didn't have anything for that because yeah, we could have to. We
I
could
didn't think
save
it made the
that one.
final cut, so yeah, we can roll that over though to next.
Horror movies based on true stories.
Oh yeah,
sounds fun.
Stab.
Still 4 episodes to go.
True.
Lovely.
Anyone got anything they want to promote?
I'm doing a couple of audio commentaries in July. On July 3rd at 6 p.m. Central Time, I shall be doing a audio commentary on my favorite musical of all time in celebration of the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence, 1776, starring William Daniels as John Adams. Yeah, and it won the Tony Award for Best Musical in 1969. And what's interesting is that this was directly censored by Richard Nixon. There was a musical number called Cool, Cool, Considerate Men, which mocked conservatives. And he told producer Jack L. Warner, yeah, could you just get rid of that number? And it was almost lost for decades. And yes, Blythe Danner sings and dances while pregnant with Gwyneth Paltrow. And yeah, it's just it's a really unique, powerful musical. And I'm so happy I'm going to be doing an audio commentary on that. And then finally, later in July, I'll be doing a 60th anniversary audio commentary for Batman, the movie from 1966 with Adam West and Burt Ward. One of my, I think it's an underrated Batman movie in many ways, because in that show, of course, it had so many double entendres. But one little bit in Batman the movie that everybody misses is that they show a copy of the Gotham City Times, and it has in huge letters Bruce Wayne and a Russian girlfriend kidnapped. And then below that, there's a smaller headline that says, and I kid you not, attractive girlfriend seized in brazen snatch.
Interesting.
I don't think you're supposed to bronze snatches. Like usually that's something for like baby booties or something.
And last but not least, I wanted to mention on a sad note, there's been very few celebrities that have made me cry when they've passed away. Very, very few. The only ones before a couple weeks ago that I can think of are Christopher Reeve, John Ritter, and Dabney Coleman. However, for the 4th time, it happened again. And despite the fact that, Lorne, I know how you feel about Star Wars. I get it. But look, Princess Marcia Lucas was considered a exceptional editor. Martin Scorsese really loved her. She edited Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore and Taxi Driver. And for George Lucas, she also edited American Graffiti, as well as the original Star Wars. And of course, it is very true, and I've read about it in several books, that it was because of Marcia Lucas and her 2 fellow editors. They practically saved Star Wars in editing. I mean, when Han Solo comes in the Millennium Falcon and blasts Darth Vader from before he shoots his own son, that's Marcia Lucas that was responsible for that. And that's when, of course, in theaters all over the world, that's when people were on their feet applauding and everything. And the last film that she edited was Return of the Jedi, and this is a true story. She won an Oscar for editing Star Wars with Richard Chewie and Paul Hirsch, I think his name is. When she was doing Return of the Jedi, she and George had been separated for a while, and they were about to get a divorce. During the editing, all he said to her was, you're a pretty good editor. And I fully believe, this is my theory, but I think it's a very strong one. I think the reason why George Lucas has been messing with those films in terms of changing things all over the place is because he didn't want to pay his ex-wife royalties. I firmly believe that that's the reason why. But like I said, Marshall Lucas was an amazing person and an amazing editor. Check out Taxi Driver. Check out Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore or American Graffiti. And, because she was really special. And sadly, her career kind of got side railed because George Lucas did not appreciate her contributions to Star Wars. So there you go.
It's crazy that the last thing she did was Return of the Jedi.
Yeah. Very crazy.
Nothing.
Very crazy.
Anyone else have anything to promote?
Let's see. I've got Flesh Wound Features here on YouTube. We're gonna have kind of a weird schedule, but I will have a live Hatman update. I believe Derek, Darren, and I at some point will be on their channel talking. I don't know if you're announcing that yet, so I won't give away.
Good.
American Gothic films, Messiah of Evil, Mask of the Red Death, and
we're going to change Mask. We're going to change Mask out for something.
Oh yeah, Mask. Okay, so Velvet Vampire, Messiah of Evil. I can never remember
which came from the
sea. Came from the sea.
Which came from the sea. There you go. My brain.
Oh, Dan, I need to join you for that show because Lorne and I did an audio commentary for Velvet Vampire, and on top of all that, who wrote and directed? What's up?
Early days. I was going to say that was.
Oh
God,
yeah.
I don't even know if I was around yet.
And you know who wrote and directed Messiah of Evil? Willard Hike and Gloria Katz, and they also wrote American Graffiti. And
Howard the Duck.
And they were Howard the Duck, and they also were responsible for the fourth and final draft of Star Wars. That is very, very true.
Funny.
George Lucas did not give them credit on screen. Instead, he just gave them points and a percentage. But then again, they were, and sadly, Gloria Katz passed away on their 49th wedding anniversary several years ago. I got to interview them for a movie they did called French Postcards. But of course I couldn't resist. And I asked them about Howard the Duck. And I said, well, when are we going to get Howard the Duck on DVD? And I'm not shitting you. Willard Hike said, we might have to talk to George about that. I thought George disowned Howard the Duck. What are you talking about? I didn't go that far, but I mean,
what's the matter? You don't like Howard the Duck?
I love Howard.
No one likes Howard.
I feel like I'm responsible for getting it on DVD because a year later we had a DVD, so I got the Blu-ray myself. So,
last thing. July 19th, fleshwoundfeatures.com. If you're a wrestling fan, our next live event, You've Got a Death Curse, which is a pro wrestling tribute to the summer slashers we all love. We just announced a burning match where you got to engulf your opponent in flames. And we got some pretty crazy shit. We're crowning our first Scream Queen champion. So we've got our women's division. There'll be a tournament and a main event. I can't wait to announce Kruger defending the Grindhouse Championship against the California Icon. So lots of cool stuff coming up.
All right. So people, my short story collection Visited by Voices Collected Short Stories Volume 1 just got a facelift. It now looks something like that.
Nice.
Okay.
It is the same book in every important form. The same story is the same edit. Most of the interior is exactly the same. So if you already own it, you don't need to buy it for content unless you want it to be all pretty. But a second volume will be out by the end of the summer.
Oh, nice.
And it will contain another 11 stories plus something bonus that I think people will enjoy. And they both books will have very bookshelved kind of art. So if you want them to make sense of this collection, maybe you need to give away your old copy and get this one. Other news on some other projects, including a big one, is very forthcoming, but I can't do it now. All right, guys, are we done with this shit for tonight?
I think so.
I just want to quickly say we're doing The Serpent and the Rainbow tomorrow. On Subjective Perspective Collective. First time watch for me, so it's going to be interesting. We got Jessica Gruesome coming on as well. And I'll just tally Dirk heads up now. I do really like that film. So I know he's a bit nervous. I would hate it.
Yeah, it's kind of a dice roll with me and Darren on these films. Like 50
sometimes, yeah.
All right. In that case, I'm going to send us out.
Later, y'all.
Be good, guys.